and we are live in Vermillion, South Dakota for an exciting doubleheader. The Vermillion Tanagers are taking on the Gayville-Volin Raiders. Both boys and girls teams will be playing. We'll see the girls team tip off at 5:45 here. The Tanagers girls, they're having a pretty good season so far with key contributions from a significant number of players in their free season getting varsity minutes. We're here on the Vermillion Chamber and Development Company pregame show, and this broadcast is brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Parker Orr. I'm joined here by Gage Ravelette, who, if you're from the Gayville-Volin side of things, he has been at most of their games. So, the Tanager boys are having a great season as well. Trey Hansen's continuing to add to his all-time scoring mark as he was celebrated at the very last game. Both teams are positioning themselves for reasons for sure, and hopefully the Sodak 16, we'll see how everything shakes out for playoffs. Gage, how have the seasons been for both Gayville-Volin teams? Who should we keep an eye on today?
We'll start with the girls because they're first. They come into the game, as you can see on the screen, a 12-2 record. They have wins over, a really good Centerville team and a few others. I didn't write down all their whole schedule on my sheet here, but they're receiving votes in the state. With the receiving votes, they're 11th in the state, so just outside of that top 10, but good enough to be classified. And really, it's their starting five that gets the job done. They don't really go too deep in their bench. They run around a 7-man or 7-woman rotation, but it's really their top five that gets things done. And it's not really one or two girls. They only have one senior on their team in Taylor Hoxing, but all five of them put in their own effort and get their own effort out. It's really a team effort, I should say. There's not a single girl, but it's all five of these in the starting lineup that gets the job done.
Yeah, no, definitely. They have a very talented rotation, and for Vermillion, Taylor Roovers has just been on a tear all season. She's averaging north of 28 points per game, and she can hit the three-pointer from almost about the college line. Izzy Richardson has been playing great on-ball defense, great jump shooter. Lately, we've seen Alexis Hansen play very well. Tessa Nelson as an 8th grader off the bench, exceptional for Vermillion. And then Shaylin Hinseth, definitely keep an eye on her tonight because she has hit multiple threes in a couple of her few games over the past 2 weeks. So she's really developing as a jump shooter. And you can't forget Marasia Warren and Callie Schultz, who have played very well inside and been phenomenal rebounders. Callie Schultz at 6'1" has been getting rebounds and able to score second chance opportunities. So pretty all-around Vermillion squad, and they should match up pretty well against Gayville-Volin. Vermillion more on the sophomores playing a lot of minutes. You do have contributions from senior Marasia Warren, junior Kaylee Schultz, but it's still a team that's very much gelling into playing with each other because not too many of them saw varsity action besides Taylor Rivers last year. So they're all getting really good experience right now. And then Gayville-Volin, this is kind of one of their they've been successful the past few years, haven't they?
Yeah, they had a really good season last year. It's just unfortunate they ran up into the third place or state finishing Centerville Tornadoes team in the regionals. They weren't able to make it to the Sodak 16. Well, they got the win over them earlier in the year. They might have to play them again in the regional finals, I believe, if that's right with the bracket in my head. But they have a really good chance at getting to that Sodak 16 this year. And with how tough Region 4B is, if they can make it to the Sodak 16, they'll likely be a state champion, or not state championship team, but a state appearing team. It's just they're the 2 seed right now. Parkston, the number 1 team in the state, the 1 seed. Centerville's the 3, and there's a mix of 4 to 7 teams in there, and the bottom of the region. They're all competitive and all could make it to the Sodak 16 as well.
Exactly. It's really tough when you compete in a strong region, but what that does is it really breeds success and builds up the strength of your team. And we'll take a break here on Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube and Fox Sports 101.5 AM 1570. And we'll be right back with a breakdown of some stats as well as the men's team and how we could expect them to play. Don't go anywhere.
It's funny how life is made up of moments, quiet ones, big ones, and ones you never forget. A wish, a milestone, a moment you didn't know would mean so much. Because life is made in the moments we share. Voyage Federal Credit Union. For every memory made, for every moment ahead.
Candice Couture is your complete women's lingerie shop. Bras, underwear, PJs, loungewear, swimwear, sports bras, activewear, and much, much more. Small to 3 extra large and over 200 different sizes of bras. AA to O cup bands 28 to 56 in store. Candice Couture, 17 West Main Street.
The Pizza Ranch Vermillion is your event headquarters. Enjoy the crisp salad bar, the country's best chicken, and fresh pizza. Want a custom pizza? Just ask. We are proud to offer the buffet your way. And the Fun Zone Arcade features 36 games, 2 golf simulators, and full bar. Perfect for pregame, tailgates, and parties. Have a business meeting, team, or office party? Reserve the Dakota Center. It holds up to 300 people. Order online at pizzaranch.com for delivery, or circle your wagons and make Pizza Ranch your tailgate place next to USG.
In a situation like this, the first thing you do, of course, is make sure everybody's okay. And then you're thinking, you better call your insurance person. No, just call Justin. At Vermillion Auto Works, you see Justin handles all the insurance claims and gives free quotes. Not everybody does the free quote thing anymore, you know. So call Justin at Vermillion Auto Works. He'll take care of the situation. Carrying WeatherTech, Rough Country, and Tuxedo. Vermillion Auto Works.
And we are back on Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube and Fox Sports 101.5 AM 1570. I'm Parker Orr, joined here by Gage Ravelette. We've got this Vermillion Tanagers Gayville-Volin Raiders doubleheader. So we just broke down some of the players on the girls' team and what we can expect from them. But we also would like to highlight that boys' game that's going to be going on later. So Gayville-Volin kind of they've had some great wins, you know, especially over Centerville. Gage, what can we kind of expect for them on offense?
You know, the boys' team, I won't lie, isn't as good as the girls' team, of course. They come into this game with a record of 8-6. They've kind of struggled throughout the year on both sides of the ball. So I feel like part of the problem is their offense gets too clumped up at times. They kind of need to spread the ball out a little bit more to find some success, you know, just around the basket. But one player I'd like to mention, my first point on my paper is Preston Carsons. Me and you talked the other day. You really like the mid he has. I love his ability to shoot the 3 ball. If they can find a little heat from him early on in the game, it should help the Raiders push the pace in this one and hopefully keep things close as we get later down the stretch. Another point I would love for the Raiders to make is to find some help off the bench. A lot of their scoring does come from their first 5, similar to the girls, but they're going to need somebody off the bench to create that spark, to get this team going, to make this thing competitive later tonight.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're over 500. They're definitely gelling as a team. When I called their game against Centerville, Hunter Webben hit 2 threes to close out and kind of really seal the game there against Centerville and kind of led to that upset. So they do have a bunch of players that are very talented. So I definitely agree if they can distribute their offense, that gives them a good chance to succeed. And then, for the boys for Vermillion, Trey Hansen's been a star, do-it-all player, all-time leading scorer. He's averaging about 27, 7, and 6. So he's their leading rebounder and their leading assist man. He's an all-you-can-do point guard, and he's normally one of the 3 tallest players on the court. But then you also got to think about Luke Jensen, who's a forward center. He averages about 15, over 50% from 3, and he can guard any kind of forward or a center. So he gives you some defensive versatility. And then you also have the on-ball presence of Spencer Blanchette and Trenton Thomas. They're both guards that are very quick and really get in the under the team's skin when it comes to fighting for the basketball. And Spencer can run right down the court. He's great at finishing at the rim, and he's also got a good crossover and a good behind-the-back dribble. And then it's a very tight-knit group over here for Vermillion. So it should be exciting to see how they can match up against the Gayville-Volin boys team that also plays an unselfish level of play for sure.
Yeah, one point I'd like to throw on to the Vermillion team is they are ranked 7th in state for Class A. They're a very good basketball team. They play a lot of good teams close. Record of 10-4. I guess we don't have it on the screen. We will later for the boys' game. But this is going to be a very uphill challenge for this Raiders team that they're going to have to overcome. A lot of height on this Vermillion team and a lot of speed, especially in Blanchette. Hopefully I pronounced that one right.
That's correct.
from Blanchette, and you just got Trey Hansen, all-state player. He was the SDPB Game Changer Player of the Week. Not the only one, of course, but he was on the list from just multiple performances throughout last week. He averages 25 points a game, 4 steals, and he's just all around a true all-state player.
Yeah, no, he definitely provides a tough mismatch because he's a very tall guard, but then he can play all over. And we'll probably take a break here. And then right after that break, we'll talk to Coach John Brooks and see how everything's going for this game. We'll return on the Vermillion Chamber and Development Company pregame show. This is a broadcast brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. And we'll be back on Fox Sports 101 AM 1570 and Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube.
Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion treats you like family. They believe a healthy smile starts with compassionate care. From toddlers to grandparents, their gentle team is here for your whole family. Whether it's a routine checkup or a full smile makeover, they'll keep you comfortable and confident. Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion makes your smile shine. Visit Knutson Family Dentistry online or call today, 605-624-6291.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too. And the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team. Fixing pickles since 1984.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
They put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
To be honest, it's the people that I work with. I love what I do. You gotta love what you do to come every day. But the people I work with make coming 10 times easier. You wanna be a part of a team that cares for you and that actually put in the time to teach you and show you the things to do in a proper way. You're just full of people who care.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
I'm here with Coach John Brooks of the Vermillion Tanagers heading into a game against the Gayville-Volin Raiders. The Gayville-Volin Raiders, they're a pretty good team, and they do play a class down. They've only lost 2 games so far. What's it like preparing for an opponent that doesn't really share any common players or teams on their schedule?
Yeah, this is a new experience for us. We've never played Gayville since I've been here, so we might have picked them at the wrong time. They have a really good team this year, and obviously they were good last year and just a little young, and now all their kids are, that extra year older. They got one really good senior with the Hoxie girl, then some really good juniors. The Aiken girls are a really good player for them. So one of the top teams in Class B, and going to be a big challenge for us, here on lucky to have them at home, but it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, no, very well-rounded Gayville team, and they even had that impressive win over Centerville, and Centerville's managed to play pretty close when they played a Class A team this year. With the perimeter shots been falling pretty well for the whole team, how do you look to maintain those looks heading into this game?
Yeah, we got to keep, our kids will keep getting looks just because Taylor gets so much attention. And, when Taylor's kind of doing her thing and she's such a good passer, our other kids know that they're going to get their opportunities and just stepping up. And it's what we were working on all year, finding those spots when Taylor's driving, get your hands and feet ready, get yourself ready to shoot the ball with confidence. And we need everybody scoring. And, and Taylor's kind of scoring her points, and now she's ready to, or able to set up our other kids and they get their chances to score. That's when we're our best offensively.
Exactly. It's great when you have a dynamic player because then everyone can kind of adjust to the game plan around them. How do you look to navigate the press and double teams in this game as they've been performing against you guys lately?
It's one of those things where you kind of understand teams want to maybe pick up full court and trap Taylor to try to wear her out. But for us, I don't know if Taylor likes it, but we like it as coaches because she's so good. You almost can't trap her because she's so heady and she's so quick. And then that usually gives us an advantage heading into the front court. So I thought she did a really good job of breaking the press last night or on Tuesday night and getting us some good open looks. So we just got to adjust. Every game, it seems like we see a different defense. And that's usually, what we kind of go through for the first couple of minutes of the first quarter. How are they guarding Taylor? Now, how can we get our other kids in spots to help us and score? And then, just kind of try to figure it out from there.
Yeah, and then you mentioned Aiken. She kind of plays a point forward role. She takes it up a lot. How do you navigate when all 5 players on the other team can handle the ball?
Yeah, she's a tough matchup. Obviously, she's a big physical kid, but she really handles the ball and moves really, really well. So she can play on the perimeter. She can take you into the post. She really is just a matchup nightmare. So we're gonna have to throw different looks at her, and whether it's man, whether it's some zone, whether it's picking her up full court, we got to find a way to disrupt her. We can't let her get into a rhythm because she can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and then Callie and Marasia, they've really picked up some of the rebounds and been pretty good on the second chance. So I'm sure that'll also play into the size matchup here for sure.
Yeah, Callie's done a nice job finishing lately, and we got to keep using her inside. Marasia is just an unbelievable athlete. We can really bring her on. She's one of those kids that could guard a kid like Aiken. She's fast, she's physical. She can hold up against kids like that. So, that's why we got everybody in our rotation. Everybody's got their role. Everybody's got their job when they get in, and we got to find a way to get Gayville slowed down.
Well, yep, that's about all I got here for your coach. Good luck on Thursday in this doubleheader. It should be fun. Nice to be at home for sure, and we'll see you then.
All right. Thanks a lot, Parker.
Truckers, commercial fleet, car owners, when you need a DOT inspection, you need a battery, oil change, diagnostic, or specialized tire service for farm, auto, and heavy equipment, JFI will get your vehicle repaired and washed and back on the road. JFI proudly supports Vermillion Tanagers, the community of Vermillion, in business for nearly 100 years for a reason. JFI is the best, and that's no lie. JFI 1218 Compton Court, Vermillion.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood. Down at the lumberyard.
But it's not just wood at the lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermillion.
Welcome to Runnings in Vermillion. Shop their great lineup of clothes for women, names like Ariat and Carhartt for men, boots and shoes and kids' clothing. Runnings has a large supply of animal food and accessories. Love the outdoors? See the selection of ammo, firearms, and fishing equipment. For everything you need, walk through the doors at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store, Vermillion.
The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Vermillion is proud to support local athletics like USD and the Tanagers. The DQ fall flavors are in, and DQ has great food at great prices. Get a $7 meal deal. Choose from a cheeseburger or 3-piece chicken basket with fries, a drink, and a sundae for only $7. Got an office team party or birthday party? If you want to celebrate, don't bake, buy a DQ cake. And DQ supports the Sanford Children's Network. So after the game, take your team for a thrill to the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill, 905 East Cherry Street, Vermillion, South Dakota.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Groups, bedroom groups by Laguna, and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
And we are back on Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube and Fox Sports 1015 AM 1570. I'm Parker Orr, joined by Gage Ravelette, and we've got a doubleheader here. Vermillion Tanagers taking on the Gayville-Volin Raiders, and I bet this is going to be a really fun atmosphere here tonight. We didn't get the chance to break down kind of the points per game, points allowed, kind of seeing how this offense and the defense for each team really stacks up against each other. So I'll start with Vermillion. I'll let you take over for Gayville-Volin, Gage. So Vermillion, for the girls' team, they're averaging 53.36 a game. They're allowing 52, so that differential is about 0.36, 1.36. So, they're definitely scoring more than they're allowing, but they have that very close margin of victory on average. So it kind of fits that 8-7 record. They've gotten some strong wins against some tough teams, but they've also faced some really high-scoring opponents. So it'll be really balancing offense and defense for them today. And the Gayville-Volin girls, how have their offense and defense been?
They average about 51.5 points a game. They give up about 39.9, we'll say 40 points a game. It's about a difference of 20 points per game, and it's all because of this. I say this a lot. I've said this a lot this year, this tenacious defense. It's a full court press. They're hounding the ball. They get a ton of steals throughout the game, and it's just relentless from the tip-off to the end of the game, and that's kind of where they've won a lot of games, is from a lot of these steals and transition offense.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, when you have such a high margin of victory, you know that they're scoring well, but that defense is a pretty imposing defensive unit, especially given that they don't have any players at 6 feet or taller. It's really a team effort. Their guards and forwards are just quick and disciplined, and they don't allow much space. So we'll have to see how that goes up against Vermillion, who tends to be more of an offensive team. Try to get those Taylor Roovers, those Shaylin Hinseth, Izzy Richardson, and try to get them open for shots and see how those fall. So it'll be fun. You've got that offensive team versus that defensive powerhouse. We'll have to see how they match up. And then when it comes down to the boys' teams, that Vermillion team scoring 68.43 points a game and allowing 50.21. That's a differential of about 18.22. So they're close to that almost 20-point margin of victory. Their offense has been phenomenal. They're almost scoring 70 a game, led by Trey Hansen and Luke Jensen. But then their defense, about 50 per game, pretty solid defense. It's definitely no easy amount to stop this Vermillion team. So we'll see how Gayville-Volin can kind of work their way into that. Gayville-Volin's boys, how are they doing?
They score about 50.5 points a game. They give up about 42.8, we'll say 43. It's a difference of about 8 points a game. A lot closer. They have a record of 8-6. They're still in the positive, but kind of like you mentioned, the differential kind of points to the record. That's right about where they should be. Points allowed and points for, right next to each other. They just got to find some rhythm on offense to get them going in this game if they want to stay in it.
Yeah, no, that Gayville-Volin team has multiple players who can shoot, and Selchert and Karstens provide a lot of strong touch at the basket, both solid rebounders, and I mean Selchert, I've seen him take a couple of jump shots. He's pretty inside focused, but you never know, right?
Yeah, you know, with the ability of Karstens on the outside, Selchert doesn't really need to go behind the arc. He can just be a true paint player.
Exactly. It's definitely Karstens can be the forward center that can shoot, and Selchert can be the inside presence. And then the whole team crashes for rebounds. It's a very well-organized unit that they have out there. And then we will take one more break, and then we will return for starting lineups, national anthem, and tip-off. Don't go anywhere on Fox Sports Radio 101.5, 1570 AM, and Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small, just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
I'm Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with a work ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermillion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainesbodyshop.com.
We are back on the Vermillion Chamber and Development Company pregame show, and this broadcast brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Parker Orr, joined by Gage Ravelette. We have 1 minute to go until pregame starting lineup, national anthem, and tip-off here. Vermillion's taking on Gayville-Volin in a doubleheader. We should have nothing but a great time here in Vermillion, South Dakota. Girls teams will be playing first. Should be pretty exciting. Next time the girls will take the floor for Vermillion will be on Saturday against Dual at Madison High School. Should be pretty exciting to play in a classic up there. And we've got less than 30 seconds to go. And the crowd is filling up the arena. Gayville-Volin traveling extremely well because those in Gayville don't even have half an hour, and a little bit more about that for Volin. So very easy for the crowd to travel. It's always nice to have one of these little Highway 50 matchups because, you know, Vermillion started playing Yankton, and that has always been very successful traveling those 30 miles. So we'll see the national anthem here. And the Vermillion Children's Choir will sing the national anthem. Nice performance there from the Vermillion Children Choir of the National Anthem. And now we'll have starting lineups. They'll announce the Gayville-Volin girls first, I assume. And we have them here on the screen. Gage, I'll let you take over for these lineups.
Yeah, starting lineups for the visiting receiving votes. Gayville-Volin Raiders will start at the top and go down. A 5'9" junior guard, number 0, Jolie Westrom. A 5'6" junior forward, number 3, Eliza Westrom. A 5'6" senior guard, number 10, Taylor Hoxing. A 5'9" sophomore guard, number 23, Paisley Dimmer. And lastly, down low at the 5 is a 5'8" junior center, number 35, Maya Aiken. The Raiders are coached by head coach Jason Selcher. This is his 5th year at the school, or not at the school, but as the head coach. And he poses a record of 58-43. Not doing too bad as a head coach so far. In young career, he's an older man, I should say. No offense, Jason, if you do look back and listen to this.
Definitely a great coach, though. I get what you're saying, Gage.
And
we'll shift into the Vermillion starting lineups here. Yeah, and then I'll take over for this one. So we're going to have Izzy Richardson, number 2 at guard start. We'll have Alexis Hansen, number 10 at guard start. Taylor Roovers at 11, she'll start at guard. Shaylin Hinsett, the forward, number 22, she'll start. And then Callie Schultz she'll wind out the starting lineup at 44 for her position. A very great unit here all around. They all can shoot, and they are all good hustle players, good for the rebound for sure.
The Tanagers are coached by head coach John Brooks. I don't know how long he's been with the Tanagers, but, for the last 5 or 6 years that I know of, he's done pretty well for this program. He has a state championship for his team. But they're a little far from that state championship 2 or 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Whole new team of players for him. Now as we get ready to begin, still waiting for the lights to come on.
Yeah, here we go. We've got tip-off soon here in Vermillion.
Jumping for each team is going to be number 35, Maya Aiken, and hopefully I get that number right. Looks to be number 22, Shaylin Hinseth. Ball is up in the air, brought down by Paisley Dimmer. The Raiders will start the game with the first possession. And as I mentioned, there's 5 athletes on the court for this Raiders team. Jolie Westrom drives in the paint. Back out to Hoxing, guarded by Izzy Richardson. Around the horn, along the baseline, Jolie Westrom. Now Paisley Dimmer. A lot of ball movement from this team as they look for an open shot. Look to see a few three-pointers. But first possession goes nowhere for the Raiders. Now the Tanagers in transition, and first basket is good for Taylor Roovers. She averages about 27 points a game. As we mentioned in the pregame, she's going to score a lot tonight. Tanagers are going to have to rely on her. Hopefully not too much. They want to win this game. Back into the offensive possession for the Raiders. Jolie Westrom along the free throw line. Back out to Dimmer. Hasn't been much work. They haven't been able to find any easy baskets so far. Wonderful defense from the Tanagers. There's Eliza Westrom, just pushed back and out. As we're a little ahead of the camera, and I try to fix that real quick. We should be all in sync now. A little late to notice. Hopefully I wasn't too spoiling of the action. Deep three. Taylor Roovers no good. Just a little right on the shot as that one bounces out of bounds. It will be Gayville-Volin a ball. So lone score belongs to Taylor Roovers. Raiders have it back. Dimmer on the near wing. Now Aiken. Pump fake in the lane around Callie Schultz. Will draw the foul. Schultz will pick up her first. A lot going on right away as me and Parker try to settle into our new home for the next couple of hours. Deep three or not deep three, near side three for Taylor Hoxing doesn't go. Loose ball picked up by Eliza Westrom. Raiders keep possession, fresh shot clock, 2 minutes into the first quarter. Kick out, Westrom hesitated, pump fake. One more pass, Paisley Dimmer tries to drive the lane. Defense collapses, forces her way in through contact, no good, no call either. Rebounded by Alexis Hansen. Also have written down Lexi. Hopefully she's all right with either. Raiders get it back after the missed shot from the Tanagers. Hoxing, screen from Aiken. Pick and roll opportunity. Hoxing loses it. Poke free from Roofers, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, I know Taylor Roofers there on ball, breaking it up, and manages to get in the passing lane, prevent a Gayville-Volin bucket, and they'll inbound.
Inbounded to Aiken, right back to Taylor Hoxing, and she's on the board. First for the Raiders as she knocks down the triple. It looks like they'll only say it was a 2. I thought it was a 3 for sure, but that was a far angle from our booth. So, oh, there it is, 3-2 on the scoreboard. We're not crazy, Parker. I thought I was going crazy. Tanagers have it on the far end as I quit my rant. Roofers to Hansen. One more pass, stolen from, I believe, Taylor Hoxing. Now foul called. It's going to be on Vermillion. Izzy Richardson, I believe, will be dinged for her first, as Hoxing knocks down the triple and walks away with the steal on the opposite side of the court. Raiders give it back following the turnover. Eliza Westrom, top of the key. Big zone defense from the Tanagers, as Maya Aiken shoots a 3 off the front of the rim. And you know, most teams don't let their 4 or 5 players shoot, but I don't mind Maya Aiken shooting that from the top of the key. She tends to be a pretty good three-point shooter, and you know, sometimes kind of plays that point center role for her team down the stretch. Hoxing back on the near wing. Raiders do have it back. Jolie Westrom in the lane, too strong, guarded by Roofers. Roofers brings it up the court for the Tanagers, as we've mentioned probably plenty of times. I'm probably a broken record, Parker. She does it all for this team. Gets the switches she needs in the lane. Open lane. Shot misses. Rebounded by Aiken. Halfway through the first quarter. 1 basket each for each team. Now a travel on Taylor Hoxing. A little contact. Picked up her pivot foot before she got the ball out. It'll be a turnover into the hands of the Tanagers.
There you go. That's what that pressure can do. Force a pick up, and now it's still 2-3, a little bit under 4 to go in the first. It's tight.
Roofers one-on-one with Jolie Westrom. Kick out pass. Izzy Richardson, 3 ball just short. And a tie-up for the ball between Aiken and Callie Schultz. And you know, normally you want to be the high guy in that situation, but I feel like the height of Schultz kind of hurt her there as she picked up her second. Just try to go over the back of Aiken as they got tied up. Ref deemed a foul. Raiders get it, or keep it, I should say, off the rebound. Aiken, top of the key. Down low, Eliza Westrom. Sets a screen for Aiken. 3 ball, Jolie Westrom. A little hesitation. Rebounded by Roofers. We do have a substitution as Marasia Warren checks in the game for the Tanagers. I didn't want to screw that one up. Parker, you would have kicked me out. Roofers, step back 3 is good for Taylor Roofers as she tries to get hot early on. 5-3, Tanagers with the lead. Now Paisley Dimmer on the near wing. Guarded by Hinseth. Down low, Eliza Westrom. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Taylor Roofers off the hands of a few girls down low. Back to Roofers, top of the key. Just pulls up the 3 ball from deep, and Roofers for 3 from the parking lot.
Yeah, that is the Taylor Roofers game. She's a very good three-point shooter. She can even hit that step back.
Roofers all 8 points for the Tanagers here in the first quarter, 2 of them being threes. Paisley Dimmer sidestep, 3 of her own, and Paisley Dimmer's on the board. 4 threes, 2 for each team so far in the first quarter of action, and we still have 2.5 minutes to play. Tanagers do lead 8-6. They do have the ball. on the far corner. Warren back to Roovers, top of the key. Guarded by Hoxton, gets the switch. Open girl is Izzy Richardson. Lost assignment for the Raiders. Luckily, the shot was missed and rebounded by the Raiders. You know, I might give a little Raiders bias. I do cover most of their games throughout the year, so excuse me. Hopefully I don't anger too many people. Tanagers down low. That was number 10, Hansen. Her shot no good. Tanagers do get the rebound. Roovers in the lane. Bates the foul, gets it, can't get in and one, but she'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, no, Taylor Roovers really good at forcing contact. They'll say the foul's on the ground, it looks like. First foul on Gayville-Volin, and she'll inbound. She's very good at driving to the basket, and she can space it and score at inside.
Good pickup. It was called on the floor and called on number 0, Jolie Westrom. That's her first, and the first team for the Raiders. Minute 40 left here in the first quarter. Tanagers lead 8-6. As Warren on the far corner. She brings it up top of the key, hand off to Taylor Roovers. I feel like she's going to shoot it here. Cross over into the lane, shot no good. Maybe she was trying to bait a little contact there. No call. Raiders get it back off the rebound. 8-6, Tanagers lead. As we near the last minute in the corner, back out. Jolie Westrom, 3 on the near wing is good. 3 makes and 3 3-pointers for the Raiders as they now take the 1-point lead, 9-8, minute left to play here in the first. Taylor Roovers gets a screen from Warren, doesn't take it down the lane, kick out pass. Beautiful back cut to number 15, Tessa Nelson, as I was a little amazed by the action, had to take a little pause. Shot no good, but still a wonderful play. Parker.
Yeah, no, Tessa Nelson, for an 8th grader, she's really good. She can cut, find the right basket, and take the shot, and it looks like a traveling violation. Vermillion will get the ball back here.
50 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Taylor Roovers steps back for 3, and it's good. Another one for Roovers.
Good pickup there. 4 shots, 3 of them 3-pointers. Tanagers take the 2-point lead, 11-9, 30 to play. Jolie Westrom on the near side, guarded by Roovers. Cross-court pass, Taylor Hoxing, floater up and good. Just inside the free throw line for Taylor Hoxing. She's now at 5 as we're tied at 11. Shot clock is off, 15 to play. Taylor Roovers, around half court, guarded by Jolie Westrom. It looks like it's going to be a last-second shot. Roovers drives the lane, pull-up shot is good for Taylor Roovers. She really is just doing it all for this Vermillion team. 13-11 after 1. Tanagers lead, but this is a close battle as we near halftime. We'll step aside and be back for the second quarter in a moment on the Vermillion Tanagers YouTube channel, Fox Sports Radio 101.5.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
I'll just come back
Or is
after
this flip-flop? And we are back on Fox Sports Radio and Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube. Gage?
Yeah, just before the second half, we'll talk it over a little bit. The score is 13-11. Tanagers lead over the Gayville-Volin Raiders. And you know, Parker, only one girl for the Tanagers has scored points, but it's been the Taylor Roovers show as they lead by 2.
Yeah, no, Taylor, she hit 3 3-pointers and finished at the basket a couple times. She can really do it all. And the thing is, it's not like everyone else hasn't been getting involved. Tessa Nelson had a great cut. The offense has just naturally flowed through her, and I'm sure she'll get everyone else involved in this quarter.
Offense does flow through her for sure as she opens the court up for all of her teammates. Possession arrow does favor the Tanagers, so they'll start the second quarter with the ball. Roovers top of the key, guarded by Westrom. They get the switch and the mix-up between the Westrom sisters. Shot no good from number 10, Alexis Hansen. Raiders do get the rebound and the ball back. A chance to tie. Maya Aiken for 3, top of the key, no good. Misses right. Taylor Rivers with the rebounds. You know, I'm not keeping track of rebounds on my paper, Parker, but it feels like Rivers has already have like 6 rebounds so far in this one. Pull-up jumper from Izzy Richardson, no good. Had the open shot, good look. Just doesn't fall this time. Back to the hands of Maya Aiken. She nears the top of the key 1 minute into the second quarter. Teenagers still lead 13-11. We're waiting for the first basket. And 3-ball from Jolie Westrom is good. As it's raining threes here in the gym of Vermillion. Second 3 for Jolie Westrom as she gives her team the 1-point lead, 14-13. Shot missed by Taylor Ruver. She gets her own rebound, kicks it back out to Hanson. Now Richardson top of the key. 6:50 left to play before half, and Taylor Ruvers, her 4th 3 of the night. What do you even do to stop her? A Raider in her face, a Raider nowhere near. She's making it regardless. Raiders have the ball in the near wing. Aiken drives the lane around Callie Schultz. Around a second defender. Shot no good. Pokes it back out. Paisley Dimmer has it. Now Taylor Hoxing drives the lane. Shot up. Kind of Euro steps around the defender. Can't get it to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Raiders. 16-14. The Tanagers lead. 6.5 minutes to play before half. Parker, what do you do to stop Taylor Ruvers?
Well, teams have only had success when they send in a double team, play an aggressive zone or full court press. Gayville-Volin might start doing that soon. We'll have to see if it happens.
They're going to have to do it sooner or later as they need an answer. Shot put up by Alexis Hansen, no good. Good defense from the Raiders. Jolie Western brings it up the court in transition. Pull-up jumper just short. No good. Rebounded by, I believe that's Izzy Richardson, who grabbed the board as she hands it right back to Taylor Ruvers. Ruvers, quick first step, kick out pass to number 22, Shaylin Hinseth. Her shot no good and will stay 16-14. 5:30 left to play before half. Substitution for the Raiders as Miley Hansen's now on. She had the ball, kicked it back out to Jolie Westrom, who knocks down her 3rd 3 of the game. And that's 9 total threes between each team here in the first half. A deep step back 3 from Ruvers, no good. Looks like she just kind of was feeling herself there and wanted a heat check. That time it doesn't work. Right back to Jolie Westrom, who takes a heat check of her own, airballs it from the near corner. Picked up by Taylor Ruvers, another board for Ruvers. Now Richardson tries to drive the lane, no room, back out to Hansen. Now Ruvers top of the key. Right pass, Jolie Westrom, step back, pull up jumper, nothing but net. 18-17, 4.5 minutes to play before half. 1-point game. Aiken, near wing, guarded by Schultz. Now Eliza Westrom down low, double team, loose ball on the ground, foul called. I think it's gonna be on Alexis Hansen. Yes, it is, so Alexis Hansen will pick up her first foul of the night. And a double substitution for the Tanagers, and Paisley Dimmer back on as Miley Hansen checks out. I believe that's Callie Schultz and Izzy Richardson who checks off. Marasia Warren and number 15, Tessa Nelson, checking the game for the Tanagers. As I say that, the Raiders lose the ball out of bounds. Last touch by the Raiders, of course. Tanagers get it back. Ruvers has it at midcourt. Ruvers. Alexis Hansen, 1-3, doesn't take it. Little hesitation. Hoxing pokes it free from Tessa Nelson. Good ball movement from the Tanagers as Hansen down low. Can't find the basket. Rebounded by Paisley Dimmer, who's now into the game. Only a sophomore. She's probably going to be one of the more athletic sophomores you'll ever see around South Dakota. 3-ball, and as I say that, 3-ball from Paisley Dimmer falls. As I kind of jumble my words a little bit. 20-18, now the Raiders lead. We're under 4 minutes to play before half. Ruvers around the screen, cuts it back, top of the key, now Hansen underneath. Guarded by Eliza Westrom. I thought Westrom went straight up. A little body contact there. They'll say it's a foul. Alexis Hansen goes to the line for 2. It will be Eliza Westrom's first foul. First shot up and good for Alexis Hansen. And finally, the first Tanager not named Taylor Roovers is on the stat sheet. 1 point game. We wait the second up and good. So Alexis Hansen drills them both. 20-20. 3.5 minutes to play. Aiken to Hoxing as they get it across half court. Eliza Westrom down low, wide open, can't make the shot. That was one of the easier shots you were going to have tonight from Eliza Westrom as she can't connect. Tanagers have it back on the far wing, guarded by Dimmer. Now Tessa Nelson, top of the key. Warren, back to Roovers. Few dribble moves now in the lane, shot up and good around Jolie Westrom. And Taylor Roovers tacks on 2 more. Tanagers up by 2, 3 minutes to play. Mai Aiken will bring it up the court for the Raiders through contact. They'll call a carry before a block. You know, a little biased for me. I don't like that call, but that's what will stand. I'm up in the booth. The ref was right there, so he's probably a little right. Timeout called by head coach Jason Selcher. It is Tanager basketball as they lead by 2, 22-20. 2:54 left to play. And I thought it was a timeout, but it looks like we'll just keep it here. Ref pointed at Selcher, and I thought he made the timeout signal, but I'm wrong. Of course I am. Kick out pass, Roovers to Hinseth, no good. Loose ball on the ground, foul called. It's gonna be a hold, I believe, on number 3, Eliza Westrom. She'll pick up her second team foul of the quarter for the Raiders. Tanagers have one of their own, so not really foul trouble between each team. Hands it down low, gets the basket this time. Couldn't get the first one, gets the second. Alexis Hansen now up to 4. Hoxing back, bounce past the Dimmer. Dimmer in the lane, shot up, too strong, no good. Rebounded by not Tessa Nelson. Shaylin Hinseth. Now deep 3 from Roovers, no good. 2 minutes to play, 24-20. Raiders have it. Dimmer, top of the key, now Aiken as she directs some offense. I did mention point center role for this Raiders team. See what she does with it. Ball goes around the horn. Hoxing on the near wing. Now Jolie Westrom. A bunch of 3 so far for Westrom. That pull-up jumper, no good. Now a whistle. Now a timeout by head coach John Brooks. It looks like it's only going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll just keep it here. You know, Parker, I've done a lot of the talking. You're probably eager to say something here. I'll let you talk. What did you see there in the last couple of minutes?
Well, key piece, you look at Vermillion's offense. Taylor Roovers, 20 of their 24, and she hasn't even been forcing it. They've been getting open looks. Tessa Nelson, Izzy Richardson, and then Alexis Hansen, you know, she put up 4 points quickly there. So this Vermillion team, they can really keep it up on offense. Taylor Roovers, strong shooting from 3. And then for Gayville-Volin, they're shooting the perimeter shot very well, especially Westrom. And then they're distributing it very well because they're also getting some good shots. I mean, you got to talk about Hoxing as well as Jolie Westrom.
Back into the action, 1:44, and sorry to kind of sidestep you there.
Oh, you're good, Gage.
I feel like I should at least acknowledge what you were saying, but anyhow, I'll go to the action as I talk about it as well. 1:30, Tanagers lead 24-20. They have the ball. Hinseth back out, Tessa Nelson for 3. A little left out of bounds. And you know, you're right. The Raiders have done a good job at spreading the ball out. They've been hot to start this one. A lot of 3s, but they're going to have to find some room in the paint. They really want to take control of this one. Raiders have it back. Dimmer, guarded by Hinseth. Now Jolie Westrom already has 3 threes. Back to Dimmer, gets a screen. Just no room to go as the defense collapses as soon as the Raiders enter inside the arc. Poke free from Roovers. Jolie Westrom scrambles to get it back out. Taylor Hoxing 3. They need it. They don't get it. They do get the offensive rebound. Paisley Dimmer from the baseline. No good. Foul called. Paisley Dimmer will go to the line for 2, trying to cut this into a 2-point game. And looking at the Tanagers side, it's really just been the Taylor Roover show, but that's pretty much what it is all the game. All roads lead to Taylor Roovers for the Tanagers. First free throw up and no good. Probably 5 or 6 bounces before that ball decided to go outside of the hoop. So Demmer looking to split. Second one does fall for Paisley Demmer as she is now up to 7. Under a minute to play before half. Tanagers lead 24-21. Hinseth in the lane, loses the ball. Miley Hansen picks it up. She's into the game. I didn't even see the substitution as she replaced Eliza Westrom for the Raiders. Jolie Westrom near corner, guarded by Tessa Nelson. Westrom drives inside along baseline, kick out pass for 3. Maya Aiken, she's on the board. Looking back, last game against against Trip Delma Armour, the Raiders only had 1 team 3, and that was Jolie Westrom. Very unusual from this Raiders team, but the law of averages balances it out as they have 7 threes so far in the first half. Vermillion with the ball. Alexis Hansen, her 3-point shot no good. Last second chance from the Raiders as Taylor Hoxing throws up a heave, no good. The score will stay 24-24 as we head to halftime. Any thoughts before we head to break, Parker?
Well, this is a very close game, as we both anticipated. Couldn't be closer as it's tied up at 24.
That's all we got from the first half. We'll step aside from the Vermillion Tanagers YouTube channel, Fox Sports 101.5 AM.
Wanting a specialist without leaving town? We've got you covered. Our clinic offers specialists for the health and wellness of your family, from pediatricians to OBGYNs, plus primary care. You can find it all at Vermillion Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
If you're looking for the perfect fit, Vermillion Vision Care Associates fits like the right pair of glasses. Vision Care Associates has its roots in family eye care, and the doctors are well known for being primary eye care providers. With the ability to treat and diagnose a variety of settings, Vermillion Vision Care Associates is the right fit for you. Plus, they can fit you into a new pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contacts that feel just right. With continuing education, see the best doctors at Vermillion Vision Care Associates.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermillion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
It's funny how life is made up of moments, quiet ones, big ones, and ones you never forget. A wish, a milestone, a moment you didn't know would mean so much. Because life is made in the moments we share. Voyage Federal Credit Union. For every memory made, for every moment ahead.
And back from the halftime break, as I did my whole spiel while we were on mute, a little duh moment from me. Anyhow, I'm Gage Ravelette. Alongside me is Parker Orr. A few minutes into halftime, I had time to add some things up. Score is tied 24-24. As soon as the Tanagers seem to get a lead, the Raiders knock down a few trays to get it right back tied. Parker, you have any thoughts? Whoever's been listening the whole time knows and is probably sick of my voice. I'll let you get your input in.
Well, I don't think that's how they're feeling, but Very offensive game, very fast-paced. As you know, I think we only saw the one timeout so far from Coach John Brooks. So 4 for Vermillion, 5 for Gayville-Volin. As it is a close game, I totally understand. Save your timeouts. Every coach wants at least 2 timeouts heading into the fourth quarter. That way you can really slow down the action, get those important plays, and stop momentum. This will be a great contest. 2 offensively very talented teams. Taylor Ruvers, 20 points, 4 points from Lexi Hansen. Nothing else to report from Vermillion. Taylor Ruvers, she has a really high point total, but that does not mean she was the only one shooting. She plays a very point guard role. I'm sure going into this second half, we'll see those Shaylin Hinseth jump shots. Might see those. We'll see those cuts from Tessa Nelson, Izzy Richardson. It's a very well-balanced team. I'm pretty sure Callie Schultz, she entered foul trouble early, and Marasia Warren did a good job guarding Aiken. But I believe that we will see that Schultz impact on the offensive rebounds that she wasn't able to display quite as well because of those 2 quick fouls.
Kind of looking at the Raiders side, you talked a lot of Vermillion. I'll kind of counter-step it. The Tanagers played a lot of zone in that first half. They took away the paint. They did a really good job at it. A lot of the scoring from the Raiders came behind the arc. But, when you play a heavy zone, you take away that middle. That's what you're at risk, is giving up a 3. And, unfortunately, the Tanagers ran into a bad day to give up the 3 to the Raiders as they knocked down 7 threes in that first half. 3 of them to Jolie Westrom, 2 to Paisley Dimmer, and the Hoxing and Aiken drilled one. Hoxing at the beginning of the game, and Aiken to close out the half. Just a lot of good shooting from both sides of the ball. And, you've probably said it already, but and I know I've said it throughout the first half, Taylor Ruvers just cannot be stopped behind the arc. We've seen her shoot from the parking lot. I think I had to hold the door open for her as she left to go to the parking lot to shoot that 3 ball. But inside, the lane is open for Taylor Ruvers. The court, it looks slow for Taylor Ruvers as she dishes to her teammates, just makes everything look easy. And, I almost wish I had half that basketball ability as she does on the court. Taking a look at some of the stats, I know Parker said a few already, but I'll just go over them all. Jolie Westrom has 6 for the Raiders. Taylor Hoxing 5. Paisley Dimmer leads the Raiders with 7. And lastly, Maya Aiken with 3. Looking at the Vermillion scoring charts, Taylor Ruvers leads the team with 20 points, and the only other Tanager with points is Alexis Hansen. Any last words, Parker, before we round out the halftime report?
Well, we'll have to see. You talked about stopping Taylor Ruvers, and, we mentioned press. We mentioned 2-3 zone. We mentioned a double team. We'll see if Gayville-Volin makes an adjustment. I mean, they did a good job guarding her straight up. I mean, they play 5 players, 5'9" and under, so they can be quick-footed. We'll see if there's a defensive adjustment. Otherwise, we'll cut to that break.
Scores tied 24-24. We got about 3.5 minutes before the end of halftime. The Raiders are going to have to find a way to shut down Taylor Ruvers and maybe let someone else beat them. The Tanagers, on the other hand, are going to have to slow this hot shooting from the Raiders. We'll step aside and be back for the start of the second half on the Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube, Fox Sports Radio 101.5 and AM.
The Pizza Ranch Vermillion is your event headquarters. Enjoy the crisp salad bar, the country's best chicken, and fresh pizza. Want a custom pizza? Just ask. We are proud to offer the buffet your way. And the Fun Zone Arcade features 36 games, 2 golf simulators, and full bar. Perfect for pregame, tailgates, and parties. Have a business meeting, team, or office party? Reserve the Dakota Center. It holds up to 300 people. Order online at pizzaranch.com for delivery, or circle your wagons and make Pizza Ranch your tailgate place next to USG.
In a situation like this, the first thing you do, of course, is make sure everybody's okay. And then you're thinking, you better call your insurance person. No, just call Justin. At Vermillion Auto Works, you see Justin handles all the insurance claims and gives free quotes. Not everybody does the free quote thing anymore, So call Justin at Vermillion Auto Works. He'll take care of the situation. Carrying WeatherTech, Rough Country, and Tuxedo. Vermillion Auto Works.
Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion treats you like family. They believe a healthy smile starts with compassionate care. From toddlers to grandparents, their gentle team is here for your whole family. Whether it's a routine checkup or a full smile makeover, they'll keep you comfortable and confident. Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion makes your smile shine. Visit Knutson Family Dentistry online or call today, 605-624-6291.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too. And the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team, fixing pickles since 1984.
And back from the break, as I'm a little late to that, we'll get the scoreboard fixed in just a moment. Score is tied 24-24, pretty much a whole new game on the way for each team. You could just say 0-0 as we start the second half. The Raiders will begin the half with the basketball, as we haven't really had many jump balls or anything. Timeouts either, really just no stoppage in play, just straight basketball from, I think, what Michael calls it, the birdcage here in Vermillion. First shot from the Raiders, no good. Rebounded by, of course, Taylor Ruvers as she gets her first rebound of the half. Now Callie Schultz, quick pass to Izzy Richardson on the near side. Guarded by Taylor Hoxing. Feeds it down low to Hansen off her hand, foot, then picked up by Izzy Richardson back. They feed it one more time to Hansen as that one's stolen by Maya Aiken. So a turnover for each team, or I shouldn't say turnover for the Raiders, but a missed shot. No points is what we'll leave it as I continue to yabber for each team. Pump fake for Maya Aiken in the lane. Shot up and good, and Maya Aiken scores first here in the second half. 26-24. Raiders lead to begin.
Step back three from Taylor.
First shot from the Tanagers is a step back three from, you guessed it, Taylor Ruvers. 27-26. Tanagers back on top. Eliza West from top of the key. Nobody's guarding her. It looks like the Tanagers are going to stay in their no inside shot zone. As Paisley Dimmer, just inside the arc, passes it back to Jolie Westrom. We've seen her knock down three in the first half. Doesn't take that one there. Paisley Dimmer in the lane. A lot of contact. Kick out pass to Taylor Hoxing. Three, no good. Three, no good. Rebounded by Taylor Ruvers. Alexis Hansen. She drives the lane herself. A lot of contact. I think that time she just slipped. Loses the ball. Picked up by Paisley Dimmer. Hoxing on the far wing. 6 minutes to play. Three ball from Maya Aiken, no good. Rebounded by Alexis Hansen. Ruvers, now top of the key, guarded by Jolie Westrom. Gets a screen from Hansen. Doesn't really take it. Kick out pass to Izzy Richardson in the lane. And Eliza Westrom is going to pick up her third on a not needed foul. She tried to set up good defense, but Izzy Richardson kind of fell into her. Just wrong place at the wrong time as Eliza Westrom picks up her third. First free throw from Izzy Richardson, no good. So the score will stay 27-26 unless Richardson splits the pair, and she does. So Izzy Richardson on the board with a free throw. And Tanagers now lead by 2. Jolie Westrom on the near wing, guarded by Ruvers. Now Eliza Westrom. Back to Hoxing. Down low. Eliza Westrom shot no good. Gets her own rebound. Taylor Hoxing, top of the key. Nobody in the zip code. Shot no good. Offensive rebound from Maya Aiken, and she can't put it back either. 3 chances, no good for the Raiders as Ruvers finally gets that 4th rebound. She step backs 3, no good. Schultz, offensive rebound, and now a floater from Taylor Ruvers finally goes. About 5 missed shots from each team in that span of about 20 seconds. Finally, Ruvers breaks the ice at the rim. As Tanagers now lead by 4. Liza Westrom in the lane, throws up a shot, no good. But she was fouled, so she'll go to the line for 2. Alexis Hansen picks up her 2nd, I believe. First team for the Tanagers, and the first free throw from Eliza Westrom is good. Didn't score in the first half. Westrom now on the board here in the 2nd. 3-point game. Now a 2-point game as Eliza Westrom knocks down the pair. Ruvers looking at Coach Brooks for a play. She gets it, relays it to her team, top of the key. Quick pass, Callie Schultz is open, draws contact, and gets the and one opportunity. So the basket for Callie Schultz is good, and she'll head to the line for 1 more. Eliza Westrom picks up her 4th foul. So Miley Hansen will check in the game as Westrom will look to sit until probably the 4th quarter. Free throw up and good for Callie Schultz. High arcing shot finds the bottom of the nylon. 5-point game, biggest lead for the Tanagers. Hoxing down low, shot blocked by Alexis Hansen, and the size seems to be coming into play for this Tanagers game as we get later down the stretch. Down low, Alexis Hansen. 3 Raiders around her, all fighting for the ball. Kick out. Hinseth, 3 ball, good. Hinseth now on the board. She was scoreless in the first as well. Raiders. Dimmer to Aiken along the baseline. Foul called. I think it's going to be on Callie Schultz. Yes, it is. Schultz picks up her 3rd. And now a double substitution from the Tanagers as Schultz checks out, as well as Richardson. In for the Tanagers is going to be Tessa Nelson and Marisha Warren. 36-28, halfway through the 3rd, 4 minutes on the clock to be exact. Inbounded to Hoxing. Bunny up and good for Taylor Hoxing. 6-point game. Ruvers top of the key, guarded by Jolie Westrom. Tessa Nelson, now Alexis Hansen. A little game of hot potato as Hansen and Nelson go back and forth. Ruvers finally gets it. Drives the lane, kicks back out to Hansen, who drives the lane herself. Shot short, rebounded by Warren, who fights through Miley Hansen to pick up her first basket. So Marisha Warren now on the board for the Tanagers, back to an 8-point game. Dimmer gets it to Hoxing, guarded by Tessa Nelson. Hoxing in the lane, shot up, no good. They'll say it was on the floor anyway on number 15, Tessa Nelson of the Tanagers. 3:11 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Tanagers lead by 8, 38-30. Now a timeout called by, I believe that was Jason Selshert of the Raiders. It is gonna be a full timeout, so we'll step aside and be back in 30. Tanagers lead 38-30.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes, They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kalen's to anyone.
Back from the break on the Vermillion Tanagers live, or Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube, Fox Sports Radio 101.5 and AM 1570. Tanagers lead 38-30. You know, Parker, why has the Tanagers pulled ahead here early in the second half?
So, big factor here, I kind of mentioned it. Callie Schultz came in and started getting offensive rebounds, and then she also started shooting it inside. Shaylin Hinseth hit that catch-and-shoot three. The other players from Vermillion have started making their shots, and it's evened out this game.
And the law of averages has taken away some of the threes that the Raiders have made early on. Demmer with the inbound. Now Hoxing top of the key. Goes around the horn. Jolie Westrom fires her first three of the second half. No good. Short off the front of the rim. Back to the hands of Taylor Roovers. Now Hansen. Alexis Hansen gets it to Hinseth. Roovers on the far wing. 2:45 to play before the quarter break. A light double team on Roovers as the Raiders are trying to take her away. Only has 5 points here in the third quarter. Roovers double teamed on the far side, trying to direct some traffic. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Hansen. Dimmer tries to poke it free. She gets the steal. Now in transition, the Raiders should have the numbers by one as Tessa Nelson is catching back up. Dimmer 1-2 step in the lane and good. Paisley Dimmer cuts it down to 6-2 to play here in the third quarter. Roovers, top of the key. Wonderful stop from the Raiders. Last defensive possession. Three ball from Hinseth, no good. Rebounded by Hoxing. Now in transition. They add the numbers. Jolie Westrom didn't follow Hoxing into the play, and Hoxing will be called for a charge. So a turnover in transition for the Raiders. It will be the first foul called on Taylor Hoxing, the team's third, and now we have a substitution for the Tanagers. Izzy Richardson checks into the game for Marasia Warren, and Vermillion has the ball. Up by 6. Roovers. Top of the key. Now Hinseth. Raiders now in kind of a zone. Deep three from Taylor Roovers. What can't she do? Has 6 threes in the game tonight. Now Taylor Hoxing. With Jolie Westrom along baseline. Hard foul from Roovers as she really tried to swap that one into the stands. She's got a little out of control. Taylor Roovers picks up her first, and Jolie Westrom will go to the line. 41-32, Tanagers lead by 9. That's the 4th team foul on Vermillion. One more will put the Raiders into the bonus. It shouldn't matter with the last minute and a half to play. First free throw from Jolie Westrom up and no good. Substitution as Miley Hansen checks out for the Raiders, and number 22, Kendra Beck, gets her first action in tonight's game. Jolie Westrom makes the second free throw, so she splits the pair to an 8-point game. Minute and a half to play. Roovers getting directions from Coach Brooks. Now Tessa Nelson. Hinseth guarded by Dimmer. Back to the hands of Roovers. Looks for a place to go, doesn't get any. Nelson, far corner, three ball, no good. Hoxing comes down with the rebound. Hoxing, little spin move to get away from the pressure of Nelson. Gets it Paisley Dimmer for three. It looked good in the air, but it will go out of bounds. No, saved by Maya Aiken, who gets it back, loses it. Ball to the ground, stolen by Taylor Roovers. She averages about 5.5 steals a game, and she picks one up there. Pull-up jumper from inside the free throw line is good. And another 2 points for the Tanagers. 10-point game, 30 seconds left. 43-33. Jolie Westrom just inside the free throw line. Kick out to Maya Aiken. Aiken, Kendra Beck looked for a quarterback throw. almost loses the ball. Hand off to Paisley Dimmer. Pull-up jumper from Dimmer, no good. And the Raiders just cannot get a basket to fall. I don't think they've scored one in the last 3 minutes here in the third quarter. Shot clock is off. Ruvers looking for the last shot, gets it to fall. 5 seconds and counting on the clock for the Raiders. Hoxing will have to heave. It'll be no good. So a blow-up quarter for the Tanagers as they now lead 45-33. We'll step aside and be back for the final quarter of action for the girls varsity in a moment on Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube, Fox Sports Radio 101.5.
To be honest, it's the people that I work with. Like, I mean, I love what I do. You gotta love what you do to come every day. But the people I work with make coming 10 times easier. You wanna be a part of a team that cares for you and that actually put in the time to teach you and show you the things to do in a proper way. You know, you're just full of people who care.
Tanagers lead 45-33. 8 minutes back on the clock for the last quarter of action. The Raiders could not get a basket to fall back in the third quarter. Parker, what are your thoughts?
Well, we talked about it. You talk about law of averages. I mean, Gayville-Volin's offense was stopped a little bit there, and Taylor Ruvers continued her dominance with over 30. She has 32 points. Gayville-Volin has 33. Taylor Ruvers is almost outscoring them. But then she's also had buckets from Schultz, from Marasia Warren, from Alexis Hansen, Shaylin Henseth, and it's really become an all-around game.
Tanagers will start the fourth quarter with the ball as they are up 12. Ruvers down low to Schultz, a lot of contact, and there's a foul called. I think it's going to be on Aiken. Anyhow, Callie Schultz will go to the line for two, trying to start the quarter strong for the Tanagers. Foul is on Taylor Hoxing instead. That's her second, the team's first. First free throw is good for Callie Schultz. Up to 4 points as she had the old-fashioned three-point play back in the third. Second one is good, so Callie Schultz knocks down the pair. 14-point lead for the Tanagers. We've seen the Raiders knock it down before. Example their game against the Brook area. Beck to Aiken, top of the key. Now Hoxing. Hoxing in the lane, shot up. Not the lane, along the baseline. Anyhow, shot up. Foul called. She'll go to the line for two. Ran into a wall of Tanagers there along the baseline as she got close to the hoop. Was able to draw contact. Foul called on Izzy Richardson, her second. First free throw is good, I believe. As we await the second is as well. 47-35, back to a 12-point game. The Raiders need a stop. Henseth back to Ruvers. Ruvers in the lane, shot up and good, and she cannot miss. Ruvers up to 34 on the night. Minute into the fourth quarter, Raiders have it. Down by 14 once again. Jolie Westrom, now Dimmer. Hoxing looking for a place to go, loses her footing, foul called. It's going to be another quick one on Izzy Richardson, putting her at 3 fouls here in the fourth. Substitution for the Raiders as Kendra Beck checks out, and Eliza Westrom back in the game with 4 fouls. We haven't seen her since the start of the third quarter. Inbounded to Hoxing. Now Dimmer in the lane, around 3 Tanagers, and Izzy Richardson picks her clean. A little snatch steal is what I'll call it. 6:40 to play in the fourth. Tanagers up 14, 49-35. Henseth back out to Ruvers. Ruvers will take it into the lane. Too strong on that one. And rebounded by nobody. That one goes out of bounds. They'll say last touch by Henseth. Whistles blow. It's a timeout called by Jason Selshert. As we wait to see if it was a 30 or a full. I don't think the ref ever said it's a full timeout. We'll step aside and be back in a moment. On Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube, Fox Sports Radio 101.5. And
starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
back from the break, Tanagers lead 49-35. Parker, Tanagers have just rolled from the get-go at the half until now. Why?
Well, they kept distributing the ball, and those other players kept hitting their shots. And Taylor Roovers, 1 point shy of Gayville-Volin's total. She's been unstoppable tonight.
Yes, she has. She has 34 points herself. She's really done it all for the Tanagers here in this one. Pass from Hoxing to Jolie Westrom, poked out of bounds by Taylor Roovers. Almost got a quick steal. For my sake, luckily it went out of bounds. As the Raiders get it back, second chance. Jolie Westrom on the near wing. Now Maya Aiken from three, can't get that one to go. Rebounded by Taylor Roovers. Roovers will look to slow this one up. Maybe had something in transition, but won't elect to take it. Richardson. Now Hinseth, guarded by Dimmer. Hinseth picked up her dribble, looked for a place to go, and of course Taylor Roovers was there. Roovers sets a screen for Hansen, and she dumps it now. Backdoor cut by Roovers. She fights her way into the lane, around the lane, I should say. Shot no good. Izzy Richardson puts up one off an offensive board. That won't fall either. Raiders get it back. They need points. They need them fast. Poke free by a Tanager. Jolie Westrom loses it. Raiders turn it over. Tanagers have it back, as I mentioned. Now Hinseth on the near corner. Gets a screen from Hansen. Hinseth picks up her dribble, and now whistle blows. I think it's going to be a full timeout. We'll step aside once more. Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube, Fox Sports 101.5.
Truckers, commercial fleet, car owners, when you need a DOT inspection, you need a battery, oil change, diagnostic, or specialized tire service for farm, auto, and heavy equipment, JFI will get your vehicle repaired and washed and back on the road. JFI proudly supports Vermillion Tanagers, the community of Vermillion, in business for nearly 100 years for a reason. JFI is the best, and that's no lie. JFI 1218 Compton Court, Vermillion.
Back from the break, Tanagers lead 49-35. You know, Parker, I've thrown it to you, I think, every time. I want to hear your words once more.
Well, we're continuing to see some of that similar stuff. I also would like to highlight Izzy Richardson's on-ball and off-ball defense. She's forced some steals and some rebounds, and then a team rebounding effort. We've seen Hinseth come down with some loose balls and some good boxing out from Callie Schultz. And that's how Vermillion's really kept the team effort, and Gayville-Volin is really struggling to fight for the basketball here.
Tanagers have shut down everything inside the paint, and the Raiders cannot figure out how to break it. Anyhow, Tanagers with the ball. Top of the key is Roovers. Now to Hansen. Hansen drives in, shot up, no good. Too strong. Rebounded by Paisley Dimmer. Dimmer plucked free from Taylor Roovers. In transition, layup up and good. Raiders cannot afford to let too many of those go as Roovers continues to dominate. Roovers now has 36 in this one. Dimmer, step back three, up, no good, too strong, off the back iron. That one poked out of the bounds, last touched by Maya Aiken. It will be Tanager ball. 51-35, 4:43 to play. Roovers on the far wing. Has a screen from Schultz. Passes it to Hinseth. Wide open is Izzy Richardson. Shot no good for 3. Rebounded by Maya Aiken. Aiken now top of the key, guarded by Schultz. Step up 3, excuse me. No good. Offensive rebound from the Raiders, though, as they look to fight another day. Dimmer. Jolie Westrom for 3. Hoxing will just let her shoot it. It doesn't fall. Tanagers get the defensive rebound, and Taylor Ruvers says, you guys missed 2 threes. I'll show you how it's done, as she knocks down yet another 3 of her own. Now Hoxing. Down low, Eliza Westrom, and plucked free from Taylor Ruvers. She has it in transition in the lane. Bunny up and good. And wow. 5 points and I think 10 seconds for Taylor Ruvers. She extends the lead even farther. A 21-point lead for the Tanagers is another 3 ball. For Maya Aiken is no good. And another shot for the Tanagers fall. 58-35. Ruvers has 41 points on the night. Her season high is 44. As another missed shot from Paisley Dimmer. Doesn't go, but Maya Aiken gets the putback for another 2 for the Raiders. 58-37, 2:40 to play. Ruvers. I wonder if she's thinking about that season high, maybe even a 50-piece. Foul called on the floor. Should be on the Raiders. Yes, it will be, and now a hockey substitution for the Tanagers as 3 new girls check in. And Taylor Hoxing picks up her 3rd. Into the game for the Tanagers will be number 3, Sydney Johnson, number 42, Delaney Schmidt, and Tessa Nelson, I believe, as she checks back to the game. Substitution for the Raiders as Kaylee Webben gets her first action of the night as well. Jolie Westrom, pull up 3, no good. Now out of bounds. It'll stay with the Raiders. (58-37, 2:15 to play. Tanagers lead, inbounded. Paisley Dimmer, mid-range, no good. Aiken rebound, put back, count it. Aiken with 6 points here in the second half. Won't be enough as the Raiders find themselves down big. Now under 2 minutes to play. Good backdoor cut from Tessa Nelson. Stopped her feet as she didn't have a chance for a basket, and number 10, Alexis Hansen, fights her way through the contact in the lane. Basket up and good. Hoxing down low to Maya Aiken. Foul called. Hoxing did lose it between her legs, but I think that was because of the foul, as that'll be the 4th team foul on the Tanagers. As we await who it was, it'll be number 10, Alexis Hansen. She checks out of the game, so Taylor Ruvers will end the night with 41, and Alexis Hansen with 8. (60-39) minute to play. Taylor Hoxing at the line. Foul called on the Tanagers, as the first free throw from Taylor Hoxing is good. 60-40. Paisley Dimmer checks out. Miley Hansen back on. Second free throw falls for Taylor Hoxing. Cuts the score to 19. Tanagers have it in the offensive zone. Tessa Nelson on the far wing. Pump fake in the lane. Shot up and bank. Tessa Nelson picks up a basket. 62-41. Jolie Westrom. Now Aiken. Aiken tries to feed it to Webben down low. That one hit out of bounds. Should stay with the Raiders. Kendra back in. And that will be the last minutes for Maya Aiken as she checks off onto the bench. Beck gets the inbound shot up. Too strong, no good. Off the backboard. And rebounded by the Tanagers. Under a minute to play. Schmidt to Nelson. Kick out. 3 ball up and good for Haley Steenek. Haley Steenek, excuse me on that. Her first points of the game come in the form of a 3. Miley Hansen, now Beck for the Raiders. Hoxing, guarded by Tessa Nelson. Hoxing in the lane, shot up, too strong, no good. Hoxing gets her own rebound somehow through the mess. Now foul called, clock stops with 13 to play. 65-41. Hoxing at the line for 2. Raiders are in the bonus. As the first one falls, as well as the second. 65-43. And that will be the ball game as the Tanagers will just elect to let the clock run out. Tanagers pull away with this one in the second half, 65-43. We'll step aside for a break, and we'll be back to wrap things up and flip things over to the boys to talk about them before their game. On the Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube, Fox Sports 101.5 and AM 15.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood. Down at the lumberyard. Down at the lumberyard.
But it's not just wood at the lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermillion.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood. Down at the lumberyard. Down at the lumberyard.
But it's not just wood at the lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermillion.
Welcome to Runnings in Vermillion. Shop their great lineup of clothes for women, names like Ariat and Carhartt for men, boots and shoes and kids clothing. Runnings has a large supply of animal food and accessories. Love the outdoors? See the selection of ammo, firearms, and fishing equipment. For everything you need, walk through the doors at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store, Vermillion.
The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Vermillion is proud to support local athletics like USD and the Tanagers. The DQ fall flavors are in, and DQ has great food at great prices. Get a $7 meal deal. Choose from a cheeseburger or 3-piece chicken basket with fries, a drink, and a sundae for only $7. Got an office team party or birthday party? If you want to celebrate, don't bake, buy a DQ cake. And DQ supports the Sanford Children's Network. So after the game, take your team for a thrill to the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill, 905 East Cherry Street, Vermillion, South Dakota.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Groups, bedroom groups by Laguna, and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
Last names.
And back to wrap things up before the boys. Tanagers win the girls varsity 65-43. I'll run through the stats quick and we'll talk it over. Starting with the Raiders, Taylor Hoxing leads the team in scoring with 13, followed by Aiken with 9, Paisley Dimmer with 9, Jolie Westrom with 7, Eliza Westrom with 2. All 5 of the starters for the Raiders got onto the board, but nobody from the bench. Now on to the Tanagers. Taylor Rivers, of course, ended the night with 42 points, 2 shy of her season high. Alongside her, Alexis Hansen with 6, Callie Schultz with 5, Haley Steineck with 3, a late 3 in the game, and a handful of Tanagers with 2. Oh, Shaylee Heinseth with 3 as well. Marasia Warren with 2, Tessa Nelson with 2, and lastly, Izzy Richardson with a pair of free throws for 2 as well. We were tied at halftime, 24-24, and the Tanagers came out of the gates of the second half, scoring fast and scoring often.
Yeah, no, that Tanagers team in the first half, they were matched very well with Gayville-Volin, but in that second half, Taylor Rivers continued her offensive dominance. She ended up scoring 41, hitting 7 3 attempts, finishing 10 inside shots, and then she also finished with double-digit rebounds, kind of a do-it-all player. But then you also had the combination of Callie Schultz hit some free throws, got a putback. You had Marasia Warren make that shot inside. Tessa Nelson had a cut. And then you also had Lexi Hansen ended up scoring 8 points. So, and then Izzy Richardson was just fighting for the basketball the whole game, forcing steals and not allowing that perimeter offense to really get going for Gayville-Volin. Very good Gayville-Volin team, but Vermillion really played great team basketball, and Taylor Rivers led the way.
Yeah, in my opinion, I really thought it was that defensive game plan of the Tanagers that really was the difference. The Tanagers took away the middle of the court at pretty much everything inside the arc. And, in the first half, the Raiders were knocking down every shot they took outside for 3. But, later in the game, when they're not shooting as good, they couldn't find any room inside the paint to score. And, like you said, Taylor Rivers had herself a game of 42 points. That opened the court up for, pretty much everybody else. Alexis Hansen, Marasia Warren, Callie Schultz, and Schultz walked away with a couple huge offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds as well. Really, Rivers kind of spaced everything on the court for her team.
Yeah, it was just an all-around game that was just opened up on offense, and like you said, they allowed the corner 3 somewhat, and then were able to just help in rotation. It was a pretty good defensive game plan, and Gayville-Volin did show, though, especially in that first half, how strong their guards are from the 3. And Aiken even stretched it inside out for sure.
Well, that's all we got here for the girls varsity. 65-43 was the score, with Taylor Rivers leading the way with 42. Parker, I had the privilege of doing the girls game. I'll hand it off to you for the boys as we get into their pregame show from Vermillion Chamber and Development Company.
Well, yeah, thank you, Gage. I'll be doing play-by-play. Gage will still be on color, so definitely have the dynamic duo for the rest of the night. And we're going to talk to Coach Jay Drake here, kind of see what he's thinking going into this matchup against Gayville-Volin, and we'll return after that with some pregame analysis on Fox Sports Radio 101.5 AM 1570. And now I am here with Coach Jay Drake of the Vermillion Tanagers right before the doubleheader against Gayville-Volin. Coach, Gayville-Volin they're a pretty solid Class B squad. How do you prevent the team from being too comfortable, and how do you make sure they continue their normal pace as if they were playing a team in their division or a team above them?
Yeah, it's been, kind of a interesting deal here the last year or two, because a year ago, this is my 18th year in Vermillion, and we had not played Yankton until last year, and obviously played them last season and this season, but that's kind of the so-called big school down the road, right, from Vermillion, and now this will be the first time we've played Gayville-Volin in my 18 years here. I know we've played them in some other sports, but another smaller school, but right down the road, and they've done a nice job in all their sports, and they've had success in both boys and girls athletics here over the years. So new opponent for us, especially when you haven't played them in the past and you get this late in our regular season. Just going through some film and have a few films on them, and they've competed, they played hard, they've done a good job, and I think they're 8-6 right now. It'll be their third game in 4 days, as they played on Monday and Tuesday. But anytime you can get another school right down the road, a girl-boy doubleheader, should be a good crowd and a good high school atmosphere.
Yeah, and they have a pretty strong inside presence with Selchert and Karstens down low. And both those guys can also shoot the midi, and Karstens has that three-point jumper. How does the defensive versatility of Vermillion's taller players kind of play a factor and match up against those two?
Yeah, it's one of those things we've seen, just within our first 14 games. A lot of post players from the teams we've seen that can also step out and shoot the threes. So, we've been fortunate to see guys like that and be able to guard guys. And kind of like you said, they're a very versatile team. I think all 5 of their starters are seniors, and I believe their 6th man's a senior as well. And then they bring a couple other sophomores off the bench, but it's a veteran unit, an experienced team. Anytime you have 6 seniors in your rotation that have played plenty of basketball for them. And I think the other thing is just getting into this last month of the season. We say the same thing with our seniors every season, right? You never really have to worry about the seniors the last month of the season, because they kind of get a little bit more focused and locked in. They know this is kind of getting to be crunch time of their senior year, and you're slowly moving into postseason action here, and their focus seems to be right there, and I'm sure they're going to be the same way.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to prep for that. So Trey is continuing to add to that Tanager all-time scoring mark. And, he was celebrated at the game the other night during the doubleheader. How do you ensure that Trey can control the pace, but also allow other players to get in and have an even offense?
Yeah, that's been the nice thing about Trey. Obviously, he's had some success and been a key to our program the last 4 years, and has been starting at the point guard position since basically his midway through his freshman year. But the one thing that's unique about him, right, and we've got to have him doing things for us on the basketball court, and it makes us a better basketball team, and it helps free his teammates up. But it goes the other way as well. We've had good floor spacing. We've had others knocking down shots and doing their part, and that helps free him up a little bit. But his biggest concern, and when you talk to him, when you've played this much varsity basketball and you've, he stayed healthy over the years and stuff, and you're a good player, the numbers are going to start adding up. And, he recently became our all-time leading scorer. But if you ask him, the only thing he's concerned about and wanting is to try to get back to the state tournament. We went a couple years ago when he was a sophomore, and that's his focus, and it's all team oriented for him. And we just got to keep having him play his game, and obviously our guys around him, they're all doing a great job. And that's been the nice thing. We haven't gone real deep this year. We basically only played 6 in a rotation, but everyone's doing their part, chipping in, helping us out. And when we do that, and when we get that from everyone, we're a solid basketball team, and we're going to need that the rest of the way.
Yeah, that rotation they're starting to really gel and play great team basketball. That's all I've got for you, Coach. Thanks for your time today, and we'll see you and see how everything goes against Gayville-Volin. Best of luck.
All right, thanks a lot, Parker.
I'm Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with a work ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermillion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainesbodyshop.com.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/career. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Todd's Electric, your full-service electrical contracting company. Todd's Electric services residential, commercial, agricultural, and industrial customers. From the simplest service call to the most complex design build project, Todd's Electric has the expertise to do it right. Call Todd's Electric for all your electrical needs. Todd's Electric, helping you control all things electric. Except for lightning. Todd's Electric. Go Tanagers!
Welcome back to the Vermillion Chamber and Development Company pregame show. I am your host, Parker Orr, joined by Gage Ravelette. We just saw a pretty exciting Vermillion Tanagers girls versus Gayville-Volin Raiders girls game that saw Vermillion come out winning. Now we have the Vermillion boys playing the Gayville-Volin boys at the second leg of this doubleheader. We should see just as exciting of a matchup, and we still have a full gym here as the community in Vermillion and of Gayville and Volin are all here to support, and they are taking this game very seriously. So when we talk about the keys to this game plan for Vermillion, definitely have to keep Trey Hansen, Luke Jensen, make sure they're playing on ball and getting their shots up. But Gabe Larson has been great on defense. He's forcing steals, and he's also been shooting the three pretty well. And then Spencer Blanchette has been forcing some steals. He's also got a lot of assists, and he's been able to finish very well at the basket. He's got a great pull-up jump shot. And then Trenton Thomas kind of rounds out some of that starting lineup. Very well cohesive Vermillion unit. And then we also just got to talk about how Gayville-Volin here is 8-6. They have a pretty awesome offense as well. I mean, great shooters all around. Yeah, you got Barron, Webben out there, Karstens, but you have an inside presence with Selchert. They should match up fairly well, and we'll have to see how the mismatch just at the guard position. Every other position is pretty evened out, but that Trey Hansen aspect to this should put a wrinkle in it for Gayville-Volin's defense for sure, and we're moments away from starting lineups here in Vermillion. Gayville-Volin in Vermillion. When I talked to Coach Drake, said, you know, they haven't played in his tenure year, and he's been here for 16 years. It's pretty nice to see a local community play another local community and just drive down Highway 50. And for people who are in Volin, drive a couple miles south and then down Highway 50. Carter Barron, Will Fairley, Wyatt Malhaff, Preston Karstens starting at power forward. And then you got Nate Selchert holding it down low for Gayville-Volin. And then for Vermillion, we're used to Spencer Blanchette, Trenton Thomas, Luke Jensen, Gabe Larson, and Trey Hansen rounding it out. Trey Hansen might be that second tallest player, but he is their point guard, leading rebounder, scorer, and assist man.
Yeah, Parker, this should be a fun matchup tonight. Both teams, of course, the Tanagers have a lot of height. You know, one interesting thing about this Tanagers team is they run a ton of guards, and they run them hard all game. The team shoots just shy of 40% behind the arc. It's going to be a fast game from the Tanagers. The question is going to be, can the Raiders keep up with the high pace of especially Trey Hansen tonight?
Yeah, exactly. It should be pretty fast-paced to start, and we'll see how these teams match up, especially right now, you know, here on Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube and Fox Sports Radio. You know, we just got done with our Vermillion Chamber and Development Company pregame show. This game is brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Trey Hansen jumping off against Will Fairley. Hansen wins the jump. Vermillion is off to the races. 0-0. We start the game. Trey Hansen hands it off. Gabe Larson down to Luke Jensen. He posts up Carsons. Surveys the court over to Trey Hansen. Pump fake. Kicks it back. Open Jensen in the corner for Vermillion. 3 is in and out. Trey Hansen pulls down the rebound, however. Contact. He's got his dribble. He takes a step back 3 in the corner. Trey Hansen good for 3. First points, 3-0. Vermillion up against Gayville-Volin.
You know, the bigs from this Raiders team are going to have to stay in the paint to deal with the size, but also you can't lose your assignment and give up big 3 balls like that.
I definitely agree with that one down there. Karstens post-ups Blanchette, barely misses. Blanchette pulls a rebound for Vermillion. He takes it up the court, over to Larson, over to Thomas in the corner. 3-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Karstens. Barron takes it up for Gayville-Volin. He's walled up by Blanchette. Surveys the court, looking for Selchert, but he finds Melhoff at the top of the key. Melhoff to Barron. Barron guarded by Blanchette. Off-ball action from Will Fairley. Barron keeps it. Wyatt Melhoff, pace slows down, and it's stolen by Luke Jensen. He kicks it up to Thomas. Over to Blanchette. Back to Gabe Larson. He's open on the wing. Ball tipped by Hansen to Jensen. Blocked by Carson's foul by either him or Selchert. We'll have to see for Gayville-Volin. Luke Jensen sent to the line for Vermillion. Shot up and good. First points for him tonight. 4-0. Vermillion leads Gayville-Volin. Luke Jensen shot 2 of 2 for Vermillion. Shot doesn't go in. It's brought in by Selchert. Ball brought up by Melhoff. He's got Blanchette on him. Ball's broken up. Melhoff recovers. Trey Hansen on him now. Blanchette doubles him. Karstens, top of the key, gets the ball. Corrals it to Barron. Down to the corner. Melhoff tries to pass it. Gabe Larson breaks it up. Stolen by Trey Hansen. Up to Thomas. He tries to finish on the fast break. No good. Selchert gets a rebound. Gives it to Melhoff. Barron brings it up the court. Attempted block by Blanchette. Ends up with a foul on his hand. Just a little bit too fast-paced. We're 4-0 now. 6:01 to go in the first quarter.
You know, and Carter Barron had the numbers there. He almost should have just kicked it back to look for his teammate. I understand he wanted to take it to the rack himself, and he does draw the foul. But, you know, you had an open teammate there. You almost want to find him instead.
First shot, good at the line for Carter Barron. Yeah, that's definitely the coin flip. Take the shot that is a high percentage at the basket, possibly get fouled or pass it out for a jump shot. He's rewarded with free throws here. Second one good. Score 4-2. 6:01 still on the clock of this game. Trey Hansen brings it up for Vermillion. They'll slow the pace down. It's been back and forth so far. Blanchette gets it. Trey Hansen will go off ball. He's guarded by Melhoff. He manages to cut in. Fakes it. Gets it Trenton Thomas. Trenton Thomas misses it. It rolls around the rim. Carter Barron runs the floor for Gayville-Volin. Post up Karstens. He's doubled. Pass broken up by Gabe Larson, and it's knocked off the knee of Will Fairley.
Raiders just playing a little too fast. They're going to have to slow it down, really make every possession matter, make sure mistakes like that don't happen continuously.
Yep, and it looks like we will see a timeout on the floor. Looks like a half. We'll keep it here. Yeah, no, that has definitely been the theme so far, Gage. 4-2 here, fast pace, but it looks like both teams are still starting to get comfortable.
Yeah, fast-paced game. This is the game that Vermillion wants to play. And, you know, they already look comfortable. A quick 3 from Trey Hansen, then free throws from Luke Jensen. But the Raiders, if they want a chance in this one, they're going to have to slow it down. They can't play to the pace of this Vermillion team. They just don't have the athleticism on their roster. They're going to have to slow it down and make every possession matter, make every mistake for this Tanager actually mean something.
Exactly. Exiting a timeout, 5:37 to go, 4-2. Vermillion leads. Gayville-Volin. Trey Hansen brings it up the court. Gayville-Volin in his zone. He cuts to the basket. And one, count it with the foul. Trey Hansen looks to make it a three-point play.
You know, 2 years ago, he's an honorable mention on the All-State list. Last year, he was on second team. You know, I feel like this year is going to be a for sure lock on that first team spot for Trey Hansen.
Yes, Trey, great All-State level player, and he keeps playing like it. He's at the free throw line for Vermillion. Jensen and Thomas in the backcourt to prevent an outlet pass. Hansen looks to make a three, and he does effortlessly. Gayville-Volin brings it up the court. Karstens has it. He swings a pass to Barron. He pump fakes, gets to Luke Jensen, and it falls through the bottom of the net. Score good for Gayville-Volin. It's 7-4 now. Trey Hansen surveys the court, gives it to Gable Larson. Fakes it, kicks it to the corner. Thomas, three. Bounces out. Shelshert brings it down. Barron with it for Gayville-Volin. He's in the front court now, guarded by Spencer Blanchette. In the corner, Mel Half. He's got Thomas on him. Barron looking for something to go. Karstens on the wing. Down to Melhoff. Looking to post up Trenton Thomas. He does. Post hook. No good off the glass. Spencer Blanchette gets it. Jump ball forced by Melhoff. Gayville-Volin keeps it. They have it under their own basket. Substitution. Melhoff out. Webben in. Carter Barron, sideline out of bounds, gets it to Karstens. Fakes the dribble handoff, pull-up jumper, good from mid-range. That's what we were talking about, Gage.
You know, you told me over the phone yesterday how much you like Preston Carson's mid-range shot, and, you know, that one goes in just to, you know, really ice it to me.
Trey Hansen shoots a three. Luke Jensen rebounds. Over to Trenton Thomas, back to Trey Hansen. Fakes the Euro step. Luke Jensen goes up with two on him. Miss forced by Gayville-Volin. We'll have a foul on the shot. Luke Jensen goes back to the free throw line. 7-6 on the Masaba scoreboard. Under 4 to go. 3:59 on the game clock for the first quarter of action. Luke Jensen at the free throw line. First one good. That is a pattern that he'll look to continue. Next one, no good. Rebounded by Will Fairley. Carter Barron kicks it up quickly to Melhoff. Selchert to Barron. Crossing over. No off-ball action. Now there is. Hunter Webben quickly to Melhoff. He fakes the shot, tries to get Hansen. Broken up by Jensen, and he steals it. Pass intended for Selchert. Troy Hansen brings it up the court. He's pressed by Will Fairley. Quick pass to Luke Jensen. He thought about a three. He'll just drive it in. Kicks it down to Hansen down low. Perfect pass, perfect finish. Trey Hansen assisted by Luke Jensen. Vermillion leads 10-6. Gayville-Volin is now facing a press from Vermillion. Trenton Thomas forces a pass. Quick floater from Webben. No good. Rebounded by Trey Hansen. Outlet pass to Gabe Larson. He kicks it down to Blanchette. He pump fakes. Spin move. Out to Trey Hansen. Three. No good on the catch and shoot. Gabe Larson with the rebound and the putback. Gabe Larson puts his first inside shot on after he made a three earlier. Pass up, broken, deflected. Barron has it, kicks it up. Selchert clearing out the basketball. Carter Barron resets it, sets a play for Gayville-Volin. Ball's on the wing. Over to Webben, the top of the key. Frequent movement here. Melhoff. He's got Selchert. 3 seconds on the shot clock. They've got to score. Webben bakes it off the glass. What a play off the window there. 12-9, Vermillion leads. Gabe Larson catch and shoot 3. That swishes. 15-9 now.
A crazy shot from Hunter Webben is just completely diminished by that 3 from Gabe Larson.
Carter Barron on the other line. He's double-teamed. Webben, he'll look for 2, and he makes it. I don't know. I feel like I'm his good luck charm. He keeps hitting 3s when I'm present. Trey Hansen, he finds Thomas long side of the court. Open for 3, and it's good. Trenton Thomas puts himself on the board with 3.
You know, he started 0 for 2 on the night, but both of them shots were good looks. It was just a matter of time before one fell.
18-12. Gayville-Volin advances through a Vermillion press. Carter Barron has it. He's hounded by Gabe Larson. Ball is on the wing now. Webben. Will Fairley drives. He's walled up by Thomas. Shot is blocked by Trenton. Trey Hansen brings it up the court. Spin move. He wanders in, and it goes off the glass into the basket. We'll see a timeout called by Gayville-Volin, and we will take a break here as it's a full on Fox Sports Radio in Vermillion.
Wanting a specialist without leaving town? We've got you covered. Our clinic offers specialists for the health and wellness of your family, from pediatricians to OBGYNs, plus primary care. You can find it all at Vermillion Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
Yeah, with 1 second left. And we are back on Fox Sports Radio, 101.5 AM 1570. And Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube. I'm Parker Orr, joined by Gage Ravelette. Gage, what patterns were you noticing unravel so far in this first quarter?
You know, I'm going to kind of bounce back to the girls' game as well. I don't know what both of these teams did before this game, but they did something. Casted a spell, but nobody can miss on these hoops tonight. You know, a pair of 3s from Hunter Webben after he just checks into the game. You know, 3 3s from the Tanagers so far, 1 from Trenton Thomas, 1 from Gabe Larson, and Trey Hansen has 1 of his own. Just every single shot seems to be falling into the basket here for the boys' game as well tonight.
Yes, it has been an offensive showcase so far, and we got to see some quick 3s there from Hunter Webben on Gayville-Volin's side. Trey Hansen's playing great on the other side. Gabe Larson is fighting for the basketball. Vermillion out here. 1:02 to go in the first. 20-12. Gayville-Volin advancing against a press. They managed to do so. Nate Larson, and the ball is deflected out of bounds by Vermillion. Gayville-Volin will inbound under their own basket. Gayville-Volin deciding on an inbound man. They send Hunter Webben. Sideline out of bounds. Carstens gets a quick handoff. Clears out the basketball. Top. Over to Webben again. Nate Larson has it. He's being guarded by Cale Cleveland. Hunter Webben over to Preston Carstens. Nate Larson has it broken up by Cale Cleveland. He'll run the court. Going through contact. Shot no good off the glass. Malhalf fouled quickly by Spencer Blanchette. Blanchette reaching for the ball. Barely gets some contact, and that is a foul trying to get that basketball.
You know, Nate Larson just checking in the game for the Raiders. He's really slowly starting to step up and be a big piece for this Raiders team. He had a big game against Mitchell Christian. They're going to need a big game out of him tonight.
Pass broken up, stolen by Trey Hansen, and he finishes it on the other end.
Beautiful steal in transition to score an easy basket for the Tanagers.
Malhalf brings it up, kicks it over for the corner. Pump fake, Nate Larson. Shot no good off front iron. That'll be the end of quarter 1 of action, 22-12 on Fox Sports Radio and Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube. We'll take.
If you're looking for the perfect fit, Vermillion Vision Care Associates fits like the right pair of glasses. Vision Care Associates has its roots in family eye care, and the doctors are well known for being primary eye care providers. With the ability to treat and diagnose a variety of settings, Vermillion Vision Care Associates is the right fit for you. Plus, they can fit you into a new pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contacts that feel just right. With continuing education, see the best doctors at Vermillion Vision Care Associates.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermillion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
And we are back on Fox Sports Radio, 101.5 AM, 1570 in Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube. I'm Parker Orr, joined by Gage Ravelette, and it is the start of quarter number 2 of action. 8 minutes to go in this second quarter, 22-12. Trey Hansen crosses over Carson, kicks it over to the corner. We see a three-pointer. It rattles out from Luke Jensen. Gayville-Volin starts their play. Carter Barron has it. Quick screen from Melhalf. Selchert posts up at the top. It finds itself over in Will Fairley's hands. Pump fake from Carter Barron. He gets a jump, and he gets a shot inside. 22-14, Vermillion leads. Trey Hansen with Will Fairley. He gets Carson switched up on him. He'll float it up off the glass, smooth through the net. Pass up to Karstens through the press. Melhalf drives down. Pass loops around Trey Hansen. Selchert circus shot, no good. Trey Hansen brings in the rebound. It's almost broken up by Melhalf. It's recovered by Gabe Larson. Luke Jensen drives in. Selchert, full body contact. It rims around and out. Carter Barron slows down this pace for Gayville-Volin. Melhalf, Spencer Blanchett all over him. They'll call a travel. He picks up his pivot foot. Gabe Larson inbounds for Trey Hansen. Hansen up the court. He steps back. Three-pointer. Off the rim. Blanchett corrals a rebound. Luke Jensen spots up three. Right through the hoop. 27-14. We'll see a timeout from Gayville-Volin, and we'll actually keep it right here as it's only a half. Gage, what's going on with Gayville-Volin right now?
You know, I think the pace has slowed down in this one. Both teams kind of are slowly starting to settle in. And I think what we're seeing right now is just the seventh best team in the state in Class A is just kind of doing their thing. You know, the Raiders are putting up a good fight. They haven't been able to get a few shots close to the hoop to fall, but really it's just been how well this Vermillion team is, or how good this Vermillion team is, and they're just doing their thing.
Yeah, exactly. This Vermillion team, they have great size, great guard play. They can finish the three-pointer in the mid-range. So we'll have to see how Gayville-Volin can kind of get their offense flowing the way it was in quarter number 1. Will Fairley to inbound for Gayville-Volin. Vermillion still executing a press. Carter Barron has it. Spencer Blanchett, lone man guarding him. Barron crosses over. Will Fairley has it. He'll drive on Gabe Larson. He swings it around. Melhalf up to Karsten's three-pointer. Blocked by Trey Hansen. Drives it up the court. Euro step. Selchert contact drawn. Call it for a 2-point attempt on the free throws. They'll say it was in the act of shooting, and he'll be shooting at the free throw line. Trey Hansen makes it 28 points for Vermillion, 14 for Gayville-Volin, 6:08 to go on the Massawa scoreboard. Spencer Blanchett, he'll check out for Cale Cleveland, who got a steal earlier this game. Trey Hansen can't get the second one. Luke Jensen kicks it out, but Carter Barron gets the rebound. Will Fairley, Hunter Webben in the corner. He's guarded by Gabe Larson, and it's out of bounds. Gabe Larson will inbound. Trey Hansen of Vermillion gives it to Gabe Larson. He'll initiate. Luke Jensen. Trenton Thomas. Cale Cleveland thought about it. Loop pass over to Luke Jensen. He'll fake a pass, and he'll swing around. Post hook good for Jensen. Gayville-Volin still down 30-14, looking to put something on the board. Will Fairley drives. He swings a pass. It's almost stolen. Barron gets it. He drives, floats it up through the contact. They'll call it for 2, and we'll see him go to the line. Carter Barron hopefully ending a scoring drought. Carter Barron of Gayville-Volin at the line. First free throw, rattles around and in. Second free throw for Barron of Gayville-Volin. Bounces off iron, and it's brought down by Jensen. Trey Hansen of Vermillion. Carter Barron passes it up to Cleveland. He finds Thomas, catch and shoot, 3. Larson rebounds it. Spins it around and down through the net. Gabe Larson, give him 2. 32-15, 5 to go in the second quarter. Gayville-Volin's Carter Barron drives past Trey Hansen, almost gets to the net, but he's got to pass it out. Melhalf has it. He kicks it over. Wide open Barron. Catch and shoot 3. No good. Brought down by Gabe Larson. He fights for that board. Slows it down. Trey Hansen clears it out. Trenton Thomas. Catch and shoot 3. Count it. 3 for Trenton Thomas. Hunter Webbin. Trenton Thomas on him. Gives it to Barron. Quick lob pass to Selchert. He pumps, fakes, and gets it down. What a move from Selchert.
Good patience to know when you need a pump fake and still be able to go up the second time for the basket.
Trey Hansen spins it on Barron. Throws it up and in. Circus shot for Hansen. Will Fairley of Gayville-Volin advances it into the front court. He gets a screen from Selchert. Gabe Larson breaks up the pass, and it's a steal. Trey Hansen runs the court over to Gabe Larson. He pops it. It's stolen by Carter Barron. Foul called against Gabe Larson of Vermillion. Great hustle play, but slight mistake there stops points. 37-17, Vermillion leads Gayville-Volin. 3:41 to go in the second quarter. Gayville-Volin runs the floor. Jeremiah Gustad in for Gayville-Volin. Preston Carsons has it at the top. They give it over to Nate Larsons. He pump fakes. Shot no good. Trey Hansen brings it up the court. Spencer Blanchette crosses over. Selchert, Carsons over. Catch and shoot 3. Luke Jensen rattles in. 40-17. We'll see a timeout from Gayville-Volin. And we will take one as well on Fox Sports Radio and Vermillion Tanagers.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you pics so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team. Fixing pickles since 1984.
2, 1.
And we are back on Fox Sports Radio, 101.5 AM 1570, and Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube. I'm Parker Roy, joined by Gage Ravelette. Gage, Gayville-Volin is starting to get some things to go. What's working, and what do they need to continue?
You know, I think I think they need to continue to space the floor out. They need to take care of the ball. Somebody told me one time, fake a pass to make a pass. They're getting the ball stolen before they can even get in the offensive zone. And when they do get in the offensive zone, they're hounded by this defense of the Tanagers. They need to be able to find some space and open up a few passes to get the ball around.
Exactly. Protecting the ball will normally lead to good results. Wyatt Melhalf protects it, gives it up to Nate Larson. Preston Karstens clears it out. He finds Larson on the cut. Trey Hansen gets a rebound.
That shot didn't go in, but it was a very well-executed play.
Attempted charge drawn from Gustad of Gayville-Volin, and he does against Spencer Blanchette. Blanchette was able to finish the shot, but offensive foul called. Nate Larson of Gayville-Volin. He's got Gabe Larson on him. Larson for Larson. Wyatt Melhalf, Spencer Blanchette, down to Gustad. Luke Jensen hits the ground. They'll call an offensive foul on Karstens. Two physical forwards there. Gabe Larson of Vermillion inbounds. 40-17 on the Mesaba scoreboard. 2:41 to go in period number 2. Trey Hansen still in at point for Vermillion. Gabe Larson drives, surveys the court, spins it. Luke Jensen pulls up for 2, rattles off. Carter Barron of Gayville-Volin crosses over, tries to drive on Blanchette. He's walled up. He picks up his dribble, gives it down to Webben. Circus shot no good. Selchert gets the board, however. Selchert takes it down, kicks it over to the corner. Webben, the 3 goes down. And Webben continues his hot streak.
3 threes tonight for Hunter Webben. He's going to need a few more.
Trey Hansen passes it out. Gabe Larson, 3-pointer, swish. 43-20 on the Mesaba scoreboard. Less than 2 to go in period number 2. Wyatt Melhalf to Carter Barron. He's got Spencer Blanchette on him. Hunter Webben picks it up. Off-ball movement from Melhalf. He's got it. Barron at the top of the key. Gayville-Volin just trying to get open. They save an errant pass. Carter Barron at the top of the key. He's trying to hand it off to Will Fairley. He can. He gives it over to Webben. The shot clock hero, and it's off of Trey Hansen. We have 2 seconds on the shot clock, 1:15 left to go. Gayville-Volin checks Gustad back in the game. Selchert out. Quick shot attempt is definitely the name of the game here. We'll see what kind of out-of-bounds play they can run. Barron inbounds it, looking for the shot. Webben almost makes that one as well. Rebounded by Gustad. It's back over to Webben. He'll take another 3. Rattles off. It's rebounded. Very tough rebound. No good. Shot attempted by Will Fairley. Trey Hansen runs at track star speed. Spencer Blanchette drives it. Gabe Larson catches it, shoots it, makes it. 46-20, less than a minute in period number 2 on the Mesaba scoreboard. Hunter Webben has it for Gayville-Volin. Gives it to Wyatt Melhalf. He's being guarded by Trenton Thomas. Ball up, number 2, Will Fairley of Gayville-Volin. Carter Barron and Spencer Blanchette on him. Quick pump fake, attempt at a shot block, but it'll be a foul. Trenton Thomas trying to block that shot there. Will Fairley at the line for Gayville-Volin, 46-20, 31 to go in period number 2. First shot bounces off the top of the rim. Selchert checks in for Gayville-Volin. Second Fairley shot. Off the rim as well. Vermillion corrals the rebound. Trey Hansen looking to choose some of this clock. Going to half number 2, up 26. Defense from Will Fairley is hounding, but they'll call an on-ball foul on Gayville-Volin.
It looked like there was a little contact initiated by Hansen there. I thought it was going to be an offensive foul right away, but fairly with the poke.
Yeah, difficult balance there. I'm glad the officials are near the action. It's tough to tell. Trey Hansen has it in the backcourt now. Nate Larson trying to impede his progress, and he's called for the foul. Gayville-Volin, they're approaching Trey Hansen the correct way on defense. They're playing physically, but they're committing fouls, and this is stopping the action and has almost got them in the bonus here, but we're about to go into half. Gabe Larson inbounds it to Trey Hansen. Kicks it over, wide open three. Spencer Blanchette banks it in right through the hoop, and we'll go into half 49-20. Don't go anywhere. We'll probably have an interview with Coach John Brooks after the break. I'm Parker Ojo Gage Ravelette on Fox Sports Radio in Vermillion.
It's funny how life is made up of moments. Quiet ones, big ones, and ones you never forget. A wish, a milestone, a moment you didn't know would mean so much. Because life is made in the moments we share. Voyage Federal Credit Union. For every memory made, for every moment ahead.
Candice Couture is your complete women's lingerie shop. Bras, underwear, PJs, loungewear, swimwear, sports bras, activewear, and much, much more. Small to 3 extra large and over 200 different sizes of bras. AA to O cup bands 28 to 56 in store. Candice Couture, 17 West Main Street.
The Pizza Ranch Vermillion is your event headquarters. Enjoy the crisp salad bar, the country's best chicken, and fresh pizza. Want a custom pizza? Just ask. We are proud to offer the buffet your way. And the Fun Zone Arcade features 36 games, 2 golf simulators, and full bar. Perfect for pregame, tailgates, and parties. Have a business meeting, team, or office party? Reserve the Dakota Center. It holds up to 300 people. Order online at pizzaranch.com for delivery, or circle your wagons and make Pizza Ranch your tailgate place next to USG.
In a situation like this, the first thing you do, of course, is make sure everybody's okay. And then you're thinking, you better call your insurance person. No, just call Justin. At Vermillion Auto Works, you see Justin handles all the insurance claims and gives free quotes. Not everybody does the free quote thing anymore, you know. So call Justin at Vermillion Auto Works. He'll take care of the situation. Carrying WeatherTech, Rough Country, and Tuxedo. Vermillion Auto Works.
Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion treats you like family. They believe a healthy smile starts with compassionate care. From toddlers to grandparents, their gentle team is here for your whole family. Whether it's a routine checkup or a full smile makeover, they'll keep you comfortable and confident. Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion makes your smile shine. Visit Knutson Family Dentistry online or call today, 605-624-6291.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too. And the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
And we are back on Fox Sports Radio 101.5 AM 1570 in Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube. I'm Parker Orr, joined by Gage Ravelette. We're at halftime of the Vermillion Tanagers boys versus the Gayville-Volin Raiders. It is 49-20 at halftime. Gage, what did we see kind of like in game trends here when it came to offense?
You know, we've seen Trey Hansen kind of do his thing. He, be the leading scorer that he is for this Tanagers team. But we really seen kind of the rest of this Vermillion team step up when they needed to, knock down shots when they were open, and kind of do their part to help Trey Hansen continue to score and get open and, of course, drive up the score. On the other hand, for this Raiders team, they've had a good amount of open looks. There's just been a few times they haven't been able to execute the shots that they were given. They kind of find themselves now down 29. You could probably look at it, and it could probably be a 15-point game if they get, a few more of them shots to fall when they needed to. But, that aside, Hunter Webben, 3 threes off the bench. He's kind of hitting his mark here in this one. And, what a game for Hunter Webben.
Yeah, I know Hunter Webben is definitely developed as a strong three-point shooter, and he really does provide a spark plug for Gayville-Volin. And I can kind of see definitely what you're saying is that, they got some good looks here, and Vermillion just managed to make a lot more of them. One thing, Gabe Larson, you cannot understate how much he was forcing steals, bringing down rebounds. He's a 6'1" guard out there. He plays with the tenacity of a 6'6" guy out there with how strong he can fight for the basketball. Luke Jensen showed his post moves, and you had this really all-around attack. I mean, Trey Hansen, business as usual tonight. So it is a good game here. We'll see if Gayville-Volin can try to bring it away from that running clock or if Vermillion can kind of cement this lead here in the second half. We'll take one more short break. We'll be back on Fox Sports Radio. And
to be honest, it's the people that I work with. Like, I mean, I love what I do. You got to love what you do to come every day. But the people I work with make coming 10 times easier. You want to be a part of a team that cares for you and that actually put in the time to teach you and show you the things to do in a proper way. You know, you're just full of people who care.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
And we are back on Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube and Fox Sports Radio 101.5 AM 1570. And the action is about to resume as we are exiting halftime. Quarter number 3 here. Both teams will roll out their starters, and we'll see if this game can get shaken up or if it is just end up being a pretty great experience for everybody to play against some different talent here. Carter Barron starts it for Gayville-Volin. Hunter Webben in the corner. Gives it to Barron after clearing it out. Karstens. He's got Jensen on him. Selchert gets a bullet pass. Shot off the front of the rim. Trey Hansen pulls it down. He'll run it against Barron. Spitzer Blanchette to Luke Jensen. He'll spot it up for 3 and rims out. Wyatt Melhalf has it for Gayville-Volin. Trenton Thomas is on him. They'll throw it over to Webben. Barron to Webben. Gayville-Volin just looking for that opening in the defense. The Tanagers have been all over tonight. Karstens pops up for 3. Bounces off into Luke Jensen's hands. Trey Hansen of Vermillion pulls it up for 3. Gabe Larson pulls down the rebound. Luke Jensen pump fake shot off the glass and in. 51-20. 31-point lead means running clock unless there's a free throw or a timeout. Hunter Webben got Gabe Larson on him. He gets the ball back, swings it over. Barron is found, spots it up, crosses over. Gabe Larson on Hunter Webben. Selchert cuts up. He gets the ball. Gives it to the next player pretty quickly. He posts up. Fadeaway, good. Selchert there with a really strong fadeaway at the point of catch.
Just a clean-looking shot from Selchert to pick up the Raiders' first point in the second half.
Gabe Larson cuts it, banks it, and it's in. Gabe Larson's got 15. Carter Barron and Gayville-Volin. Over to Wyatt Melhalf on the wing. Karstens catch and shoot 3, brought down by Luke Jensen. Trey Hansen pushes the pace. He's got Selchert. Euro step off the glass and around the bowl and in. He's got 19.
A pretty looking Euro step there. Just opens the lane right up for an easy 2.
Barron. Selchert posts up Trey Hansen. He finds Karstens. Third 3. Third is good. Carson's just looking for that. I mean, Gage, you've been talking about it. He's got that 3-point shot. Gabe Larson pulls it up just off. Rebounded by Melhalf of Gayville-Volin.
You know, I'm really glad he finally made one, Parker, because I didn't want to look like a liar. I was hyping up his 3-point shot all yesterday.
Yeah, no, he's got good touch out there. Blanchette walls up Barron. Karstens has it back at the corners. Selchert posts up. Swing past Melhalf. Trenton Thomas stops him from going baseline. Carter Barron ends up with it at the top. Melhalf cuts, swings, post hook. Soft touch from Melhalf leads to a score. Trey Hansen screen from Luke Jensen. He's got Karstens on him. Spot up Trenton Thomas. Pulled down by Gayville-Volin. Barron right into Blanchette. Walled. Melhath jabs it. Selchert over to Karstens. Webben has it in the corner. Not much to go. Pass broken up. Stolen by Trey Hansen. Takes it to the rack. Right off the rim and in. 57-27. Trey's got 21 now. Gayville-Volin looking to score in this quarter after that Karstens 3. Pass broken up by Jensen. He jumped it. He can't touch it or it'll travel, so Trey Hansen gets it right off the ground. Trenton Thomas, easy finish. And the platoon stands after that Thomas bucket. 59-27 on the Mesaba scoreboard. 3:38 to go. Blanchette, Walling, Barron. Melhath over. Selchert catches it, blocked by Trey Hansen. He gets the board. Runs it up the court through the contact. They'll say blocking foul on Carter Barron. 2 shots. Trey Hansen at the line. Talk about the bird cage. 5 birds. New ones will enter the game. Trey Hansen's first shot good. He's got 22. Vermillion brings in some players. Gayville-Volin, a couple substitutions. Trey Hansen's second shot for 60 points for the team, and that's good. Now he'll check out for Cale Cleveland. Trey Hansen ends his night at 23. Carter Barron of Gayville-Volin gives it up to Will Fairley. Fairley over to Melhath. He finds the cutting Fairley, no good. Nate Larson on the wing. Gayville-Volin still surveying this defense, just passing it around the perimeter. Barron gets a catch and shoot. Cale Cleveland brings it down. He'll run the court. Grant Rohrig has it. He's got Selchert on him. Then he sets a ball screen for Cleveland. Daxton Christensen down to Henry Orr. Tries to swing a pass, and it's intercepted by Fairley. Gayville-Volin runs the break, and Carter Barron through the contact, or Wyatt Milhaff through the contact. Barron at the line. He'll shoot some free throws. Carter Barron free throw. Up and in. Karsten's in for Selchert. Carter Barron, pretty good free throw shooter. We'll see if he can make this one as well, and he does. 61-29 on the Mesaba scoreboard. Vermillion leads the Gayville-Volin Raiders. Vermillion brings it up the court. Tyson Hovden, he swings it in, floats it up, bounces off into Orr's hands. He swings it, post hook, no good. Hovden breaks it up. Cale Cleveland brings it down. He puts it off the glass, no good. Corralled by Hovden again, and Hovden finally gets the shot to go. Pursuing the offensive rebound, always a good idea. Leads to second chance points. Karstens has it. He's got Orr on him. He'll spot that 3 into the hands of Webben. Will Fairley swings it around. Webben pops the 3. Bounces off front iron. Melhath pump fakes, cuts it off the glass. No good. Hovden with the board. Tyson Hovden at 5'9", still corralling quite a few of these because he's just got the energy. Catch and shoot 3. No good for Christensen. Punched out by Orr to Rohrig. He'll swing it to Hovden. Back into Christensen's hands. Back to Rohrig. He's on the wing, catch and shoot three. Thought about it, and it also thought about it as it bounced off the back of the rim and flew in.
That was kind of a weird bounce off the back iron there. Lucky bounces, I should say, as that one got full.
And Cale Cleveland breaks up a pass like he's a defensive back, and shot bounced off the glass, down through the net. Christensen. Vermillion leads 68-29. 19 seconds left in the third quarter. Hunter Webben of Gayville-Volin kicks it up. It's broken up by Grant Rohrig of Vermillion. Pass just in for the Hunter Webben catch and shoot off front iron. We'll go into quarter four, 68-29. Vermillion Tanagers, they lead the Gayville-Volin Raiders. I'm Parker Ordrum at Gage Ravelette on Fox Sports Radio.
Truckers, commercial fleet, car owners. When you need a DOT inspection, you need a battery, oil change, diagnostic, or specialized tire service for farm, auto, and heavy equipment, JFI will get your vehicle repaired and washed and back on the road. JFI proudly supports Vermillion Tanagers, the community of Vermillion, in business for nearly 100 years for a reason. JFI is the best, and that's no lie. JFI 1218 Compton Court, Vermillion.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
And we're back on Vermillion Tanagers and Fox Sports Radio. Vermillion has it. Henry Orr swings it around when Karsten surveys the court, gets it down to Hovden. He's walled up by Selchert, and it's stolen by Will Fairley. Excellent defensive possession for the Raiders. Hunter Webben. He's rounded up by the Tanagers, and Hovden leads the charge for the Birds. Grant Rohrig drives it on Barron. Henry Orr on the wing, catch and shoot three-pointer, good! Step back for Henry Orr. Tanagers go north of 70 points. Karstens has it on the wing, guarded by Henry Orr. Tries to find cutting Selchert, he's denied. Carter Barron has it at the top of the key. Webben drives it left. Will Fairley in the corner. Going to the basket, catch and shoot, Karstens into the hands of Grant Rohrig. Tyson Hovden. He's got Daxton Christensen. Post up Henry Orr. Walled up by Karstens. He gets the board and the outlet pass. Carter Barron Euro steps it, and the ball takes a Euro step into the net. 71-31. Grant Rohrig all the way down for Vermillion. Catch and shoot, three-pointer. Around and off the back iron for Daxton Christensen. The shooters roll. Carter Barron fakes the dribble handoff. He'll spin it around. Webben to Selchert. Entry pass is broken up by Vermillion, but they fouled Selchert on the catch. Gayville-Volin will swap in 5 players. And they'll inbound under their own basket. Inbounding for Gayville-Volin is Isaac Kruger. Off-ball screen. Gustad gets it in the corner. Catch and shoot three. It bounces off. Rebounded. Strong effort, but Hovden of Vermillion recovers it. He presses it up the court. Rohrig, catch and shoot three. Bottom of the net. Rohrig with an impressive jump shot there. Nate Larson of Gayville-Volin controls the pace. Ball over in the corner. Dibley of Gayville-Volin gives it to Isaac Kruger. Kruger crosses it over. Ball ends up in the corner. Nate Larson. Post up down low. Quick pass to Gustad, and that is a made shot. Hovden has the ball. He calls for the screen, doesn't take it. Swings it over, catch and shoot, three-pointer. That rattles in.
You know, nobody can miss on this Tanagers team right now. Every shot they put up goes in.
Yeah, Lucas Solomon manages to make that shot work. Pass broken up, stolen by Grant Rohrig. Hovden runs it, takes the contact. They'll call a charge. Gayville-Volin will inbound it. They just got to send a man. Looks like it'll be Gustad doing so. 80-33 on the Mesaba scoreboard. 3:50 to go in the game. Vermillion leads Gayville-Volin. Nate Larson has it. Guarded by Christensen. Ball ends up in Dibley's hands. Almost loses it, but he corrals it. Kruger gets it, denies the screen. Swings it over to Larson, and he was off balance, but there was no one to catch it.
You know, it looked like Larson thought Jeremiah Gustad zigged when he actually zagged, and when he flicked that pass back in, nobody was there.
Yeah, it's tough when you're out balanced like that. You don't want to go out of bounds with it. You don't really have a positioning for a shot, and he just hoped there'd be someone spacing the corner out. Hovden of Vermillion, running point. Passes it up. It goes in the corner. Rohrig thought about it. He swings it up. Solomon over. Back to Hovden, and he makes the shot. Vermillion is raining threes today. Gayville-Volin, Gustad. Passes it over. Ball ends up in Kruger's hands. It's broken up by Cam Bottleson of Vermillion. 50-point game now, 83-33. 2:25 to go. We'll see Rohrig check out and Brody Meredith check in. The tall freshman guard. Gayville-Volin, sideline out of bounds play. They try to get it in, but it's stolen by Christensen. The break is ran, and the shot is made for Cam Bottleson. Vermillion crowd excited for that. Jeremiah Gustad of Gayville-Volin brings it up. Swings it around. He's trying to find that open pass. Vermillion's playing some strong defense. Finally, a pass is made to Elliot Jorgensen. Gustad drives it. Swings it, throws the ball up, almost makes it. Gayville-Volin can get that rebound, though. Dibley's been all over the board. Gets it to Kruger. He's got Hovden, and pass intended for Jorgensen is broken up by Vermillion. Kind of that fake a pass to make a pass mentality, right, Gage?
Yeah, you know, sometimes that first option's not there, but you can fake it, get the defender to bite, and, you know, that second chance for a pass should be open.
Gayville-Volin successfully passes it in. Jorgensen. Gustad has it way above the wing. He crosses over. Finds Elliot Jorgensen, who's a good safety outlet. Off-ball defense is pretty superb from Vermillion right now. Step back from Gustad, comes off the top, goes to Hovden's hands. 37 seconds to go in the game. 85-33 is the score. Vermillion leads Gayville-Volin. Tyson Hovden, catch and shoot, three-pointer. That one is also good from Brody Meredith. Players 1 through 15 have been making shots all night for Vermillion. Post up, Gayville-Volin. Vermillion goes, breaks it up, steals it. Lucas Solomon. Tyson Hovden has it. He'll dribble that out. We'll see a Vermillion victory, the second of the night. Second in a row for the Vermillion boys. They'll play on Saturday. After the game here, we'll talk with Coach Jay Drake about the game tonight for the post-game show. Don't go anywhere on Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood. Down at the lumberyard. Down at the lumberyard.
But it's not just wood at the lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermillion.
Welcome to Runnings in Vermillion. Shop their great lineup of clothes for women, names like Ariat and Carhartt for men, boots and shoes and kids' clothing. Runnings has a large supply of animal food and accessories. Love the outdoors? See the selection of ammo, firearms, and fishing equipment. For everything you need, walk through the doors at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store, Vermillion.
The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Vermillion is proud to support local athletics like USD and the Tanagers. The DQ Fall flavors are in, and DQ has great food at great prices. Get a $7 meal deal. Choose from a cheeseburger or 3-piece chicken basket with fries, a drink, and a sundae for only $7. Got an office team party or birthday party? If you want to celebrate, don't bake, buy a DQ cake. And DQ supports the Sanford Children's Network. So after the game, take your team for a thrill to the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill, 905 East Cherry Street, Vermillion, South Dakota.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Groups, bedroom groups by Laguna, and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
On the First Dakota Bank post-game show, I'm Parker Orr, joined by Gage Ravelette. We're on Fox Sports Radio 101.5 AM 1570 and Vermillion Tanagers streaming on YouTube. Pretty high-powered offense from Vermillion tonight as they won 88-33 against Gayville-Volin for the boys' game. And the girls earlier were also successful against Gayville-Volin. We'll next see both of these teams in Saturday. The boys will be playing in Madison. The girls will be playing in the Sanford Pentagon. So kind of all over for the Tanagers this weekend. If it's still streaming, you want to have that second screen up with Yankton streaming as Zach Spear is on the call. Michael Schumacher was earlier. Vermillion's boys, Trey Hansen led them in scoring with 23. 15 points were scored by Gabe Larson. And rounding out the trio of leading scorers, Luke Jensen had 12. Very strong offense here from Vermillion, and we even saw some of the players a little bit lower in the rotation. They contributed some valuable shots in minutes, and Tyson Hovden broke up a couple steals, and we saw a couple threes there. Henry Orr, Solomon. It was a great all-around offensive game. Now, Gage, Gayville-Volin, both their teams, they played very well tonight, given they were going up against some Class A schools with some really strong talent.
Yeah, that first half of the girls' game, that was pretty good. They kept it tied 24-24. Things, unfortunately, got away from them down the stretch. And, shots that went in that first half didn't go in that second half. And, at the end of the day, that's kind of what happens. You don't make shots that you need to down the stretch in that second half. You're going to find yourself behind. In the boys' game, That first quarter was only a 10-point game, and you could argue there was 3 or 4 baskets that the Raiders left on the table. Same thing with the second half. There's a few more baskets that the Raiders kind of left on the table, but unfortunately, Trey Hansen's just a really good basketball player. Spencer Blanchette's a really good basketball player. Luke Jensen is really good. I could just keep going. Vermillion just has some really good basketball players on that boys' end, and they kind of just did their thing.
Yeah, I know Vermillion very talented. It makes sense why they were ranked 7 going into this. They improved to 11-4 on the season. Gayville-Volin still a great boys team. They definitely have some heart out there, and they're really good shooters, and they play great team basketball. It doesn't matter who's in there. They always feed the hot hand. You got to think about the times where Mel Hoff would pass it up, and Webbin. Great spark plug. I'm sure that if they can accomplish some more wins here and possibly make a run at regions, then it'll definitely be behind some of those threes falling from some of those top players they have. No, it should be exciting, and we'll have Coach Jay Drake here soon on the First Dakota Bank post-game show, but we'll be back on Fox Sports Radio in Vermillion.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. Just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
And we are back on Fox Sports Radio and Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube. Coach, great win tonight. Just seems like a really all-around effort, and they really did take this Gayville-Volin team seriously.
Yeah, I thought our guys have done a really nice job, both from a practice standpoint and then even games. And we've talked a lot about it, right? Just handling things and approaching games the correct way. Same thing with practices. Give Gayville-Volin a lot of credit. I thought they did a lot of nice things, especially in the first half, just trying to shorten up the game, using his timeout so that we couldn't get on runs and everything. And they made us earn some things. But, we were able to – we shot it a little bit better than we did the other night. And then, the second half to get everyone in the basketball game. But more importantly, those guys, young guys, guys coming in off the bench, they do a heck of a job in practice preparing us for games, competing against our guys that are in the rotation. And then for them to have the kind of night they did, they played well. They played well on both ends of the floor, and then shot the basketball really well there in the second half.
Yeah, no, great shooting. I mean, no matter who it was in the rotation, it seemed like that perimeter shot was falling, and the gym even got excited when the game got a little bit towards the end there, as even some of those juniors, sophomores, and freshmen were making their shot.
Yeah, and a lot of it, it's kind of the same with any game we're playing, even our rotation guys. When we have pretty good spacing, floor balance on the floor, we've got guys that are capable of knocking down perimeter shots. We've got guys that understand the game of basketball, sharing the basketball, playing together, and they did a really nice job of that there in the last quarter and a half.
Yeah, and then I noticed the paint protection was a big emphasis here, as Gayville-Volin kind of had to lean on the outside shot a little bit, as they really couldn't get to the basket against you guys.
Yeah, they have the two big boys inside, Carson's and the Selcher kid. We lost them. We ran our zone press to start the game, and they did a good job attacking it. We lost some guys, didn't get matched up on the back side of it, and they get knocked in a couple of threes. But for the most part, hung in there defensively, kind of hopefully wore them down a little bit, and like anything, just a complete team effort, and we needed this, and we kind of came into this was game 4, right? Last Thursday when we were at Del Rapids, this was, we kind of talked about our guys. We have 5 games in 10 days. This was game 4 now, and now we'll play another one on Saturday. But just trying to take care of business and put ourselves in position where we can hopefully try to finish off this stretch on Saturday afternoon.
Yep, well, and good luck Saturday, Coach. Thanks for coming up here.
All right, thanks a lot.
That was Coach Jay Drake of the Vermillion Tanagers boys team, and like he said, as they look to continue the win streak this Saturday. Very, very busy time of year. February is for high school basketball. And then we'll be back right after a quick break with the rest of our post-game show, and we'll wrap up here.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple, helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
And we are back with the First Dakota National Bank post-game show. I'm Parker Orr, joined by Gage Ravelette. We talked to Coach Drake about the successes of the Tanagers win tonight and how they might continue this streak. Tanagers win 88-33. Very big win tonight. Very impressive win. Everyone was able to hit their shot correctly today. Gage, any last thoughts before we close out this post-game show?
You know, there's a lot of hot hands tonight. You know, the girls' team, boys' team, you know, it seemed like there was a lot of players shooting really well tonight. And, you know, looking at the boys' team, 12 different Tanagers knocked down some sort of basket. And how I had my stats out. I should have counted how many threes, you know, each team made. But it was definitely probably close to 20 for them Tanager boys. A lot of hot hands, a lot of good basketball today. Pleasure having me.
Yeah, no, it was a great time, Gage. I'll see everybody at the girls' game on Saturday. Should be a great time. And then we'll also have coverage of the men's game. And everybody here, have a great Thursday night. Big thanks to our sponsors and the Vermillion community. Everybody have a great night. Wait.
I'm Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with a work ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermillion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainesbodyshop.com.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/career. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Todd's Electric, your full-service